Hey, welcome in, Nespa. We're just about to get started here. One of our guys is late, but as you can see at the bottom of the screen, we have our cast right here. We got Ronnie, we got Way, we got Oz and Affinity. When they talk, their faces light up. We caught D&D. Nespa, truly one of my favorite human beings, if I'm allowed to say that. Leah, welcome in. Love to see you as well. Chozo64, I love that Metroid themed screen name. Colorama, welcome in as well. QP, welcome in. Ink Viral, welcome in. I'm just saying who's in the chat. All right. Okay, so we're getting started right here. This is our D&D streams. We do D&D on Thursday nights. Normally we do retro Monday through Wednesday. Currently, I've told some of you guys this, but I haven't. Last night we set a personal best in the game we've been speed running, which is Bug on Sega Saturn, a childhood game of mine. And we are currently within 1 minute of getting the world record on that game in speed running. Meaning we will, if we just shave a minute off our time, we will be able to claim we are the fastest in the world at the game, at least on the board. Perhaps there's some secret Bug speedrunner out there who actually has the fastest time. Some Daniel Day-Lewis person cobbling in the fields right now. And someday he'll see the time on the board and say, I can do better. But until that time, it's a very good chance that in the next 5 or 6 days we will have the world record on that game, which is something that it's a game I started speedrunning as a meme because I thought it was funny, and now we're in a minute of getting it, so I'm like, this is pretty hype. I'm excited about this. Nespa, everyone please give Nespa a follow. She's a wonderful opera singer from ye old Canada, and she's one of the best personalities on Twitch, I think. You're a man of culture, I see. All right, let's get this started. I forgot that I gotta operate the what do you call it?
The tunes,
Yeah.
the musics.
La music. As much as I love the gosh darn Astrobot soundtrack, let's do M. Is that right? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's get the game started. Hello and welcome to Wrath of the Godkin, the D&D campaign where it's about to become a cozy house management stream. Isn't that a nice change of pace from rotating rooms and other minecart-related peril within this house? Finally, a chance to just sit back with your cup of tea and say, it's nice to have land. Say hello to Ronnie, the bugbear fighter, Waylon, the human paladin, Kelken, the furbolg druid, who'll be joining us later, Oz, the Kenku wizard, and Affinity, the tiefling bard. I'm just remembering now, for those of you who've watched Critical Role, the Sam is arriving late meme is our current with Kelken. Our heroes are experts at getting themselves into trouble, but before they do exactly that, let's remind you viewers at home what happened previously on Wrath of the Godkin. So the party's been stuck in a haunted house. They cleared out all the bad guys in the haunted house, and as a result of that, now have ownership of the house. So the party solved the mysterious stained glass puzzle and fought Raleigh Freeze, the progenitor of the curse. Raleigh summoned shades of his children to defend him, but the party banded together and took them down. Yarig, the caretaker of the establishment, the house, gave them parting gifts designed specifically for them and ascended to join his departed adopted daughter, Fidelia, in the hereafter. A ghostly butler then appeared with a dog's face named Dingo, and he offered to help them take care of the house as a butler. So it's currently Summerfire 3 Viv, aka Monday at 11 p.m. in this world. And the house seems to be falling down around them as if the curse that had been powerfully affecting the house and powerfully affecting the nearby town of Hollow's End has lost its mojo, baby, and now the house is actually crumbling down around them. It doesn't seem like it will fall anytime in the next week or so, but it might be time to get a contractor to look into this. Currently, we are standing in the middle of Raleigh Freeze's large and impressive bedroom / office. It is one of the larger rooms in the house. Surely whoever gets this room will be Living large. Living large. Since I'm puppeteering Kelk right now, he's going to climb over here onto the bed and say, finally, a room big enough for me.
Hell, you already
Do-
claimed dibs on the plant room.
Do
Why
you
can't
want
I
the
have
plant
2
room?
rooms?
Yeah, wait, can we have multiple rooms? I didn't know that was an option.
Well,
I think that's probably fine. I think I'll take one of the smaller. I mean, once we have them, redone, the smaller room will be fine.
Whichever. My HP is low. I'm gonna take a little nap here.
I don't know why you'd want a room. If something sneaked in through your door, you'd never know until it's right over you. Anyway, let's go claim rooms.
Okay, so are we gonna leave Kel here? Are we all feeling? How's everyone feeling? I'm feeling quite good, frankly.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Kel, we're gonna head out. Is there dead bodies?
Kel is currently
think-
snoozing.
Everyone kind of evaporated, right?
Okay.
The shades
Is-
evaporated. This just represents the cloak and all the stuff that you guys managed to claim off the body. There's still some paperwork here on the desk. I will draw that for you here, so you've got a representation. Look at this.
Hey, before you go, would everyone mind just take a quick look? And I think Ronnie's trying to pick up the collapsed stuff of Bad Dad.
Mm-hmm.
To be well, we're not going to leave this here, of course.
Just like his refuse.
Right. So they're partially checking if there's anything important, but they're also partially being okay, well, this is garbage now.
Okay. All right. I guess he is picked up and now is in your inventory.
I just have him.
I'll
Okay,
also include his human corpse too, which is in the mix.
It's not D&D unless you have a corpse in your pocket at some point.
Dude,
True.
that's like our Baldur's Gate playthrough. We kept smuggling corpses into each
That's
other's
what I was
bodies.
thinking of. We were
Oh,
in
there you
jail for
go.
so many times.
That was your fault, though.
Mm.
No defense.
So, is there anything good on the counter there? I mean, the desk?
Well, yeah, I'm snooping through these super secret documents here that may or may not also be covered in old Bad Dad juices.
Ways poop
Oh.
for making characters poop.
I don't remember that happening.
It happened one time, and then again. Okay, so looking over the paperwork, let me bring up that paperwork for myself right here. Yeah, a lot of this is stuff related to the deed of the house, some of his holdings, a lot of the money and stuff you guys already cleared out last time. And remember, you guys did get a level up in case you guys haven't finished leveling.
Oh my god, sorry. I knew I was forgetting to do something today.
There you go. All right, yeah, you can just, I guess, work on that in the background or whatever. There's also some paperwork that you guys managed to go through that is related to something called the Raleigh Freeze Mining Company. And it looks like a 300-year-old document. No, not that long, probably like 158 years old document. That's suggests that Raleigh had ownership of a nearby mining company. There's also a lot of historical paperwork that deals with his previous business ventures, but there's also stuff stamped with defunct, and a lot of it is related to the Grand Haven area, and it looks like he just kept these for his records or out of pride or something like that. But yeah, you do find the deed to the house, and you do find what appears to be a deed that that claims ownership over what he calls the Freeze Mining Company, but it's also has one of those like where they say a lady's previous last name. It's like Smith, nay Harrison, or something like that. It has one of those in there, as if to say that he is renaming it the Freeze Mining Company heretofore, and previously was known as the Gold Bear Mine. I need you guys to do an intelligence save for me to see if you remember what that is.
It's not from the guy that we saved on our walk back, right? That one dwarf.
Give yourself a point of inspiration for that. Yeah, it is. It is the same last name, Gehrman Goldbear. This might be related to him. You're almost certain. It has to be, because I think you recall him saying something in passing about having work to do with mining.
Yes.
So, at the very least, you have a thread to pull on there. You're not sure how to get back in touch with him, but it does bring to mind the fact that you guys haven't set up any sort of postal service for your residents. And there's probably a ton of stuff. And, your mind starts swimming with the things you might actually have to do to set up this guild. There's probably, when there's an opportunity, you might want to check in with Yorkus somehow. As you guys are looking through this, Delia, the quest goblin, is going to perk up and be like, "You did it! You really did it! I had faith in you, but once we got here, it was so terrifying. You know what that means?" She pulls up a very long scroll and grabs a stamp from off of Raleigh's desk, blows all the dust off of it, dips it in some ink, and stamps a quest completed next to the quest that you guys originally got in Jarek Spawn for completing this house. Ding! So she's going to remind you guys that this quest was given by Gomer, who was the guy who runs the Seafair Bazaar. He's like the guy behind the counter all the time, old guy. And
The bartender, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the next time you guys are in J-Bon, or send a letter there, or however you want to do that transaction, if you guys go back, or if you want to handle your business here from now on, you do have a quest reward from that for, I think it was 1,000 gold and an evening of free drinks, but you guys don't have that yet. You guys still have to pick that up. So make a note of that you do have business with him. And Delia is happy to assist with that, but she does have a nervous look on her face when she considers that. Is that Oddish joining?
Oui.
Okay, hey, what's
Let's
up?
go gambling!
Hello.
Go
Sideways and
Gambling.
almost dead.
Hey,
Hello?
Oddish, what's your favorite kind of gambling? And answer loudly so anyone in the next room can hear.
Joke's on you. I have my headphones on.
We were joking that same thing. I was saying before the show, I was gonna be like, Oddish, I need to test something audio-wise. Could you go off headphones for a second?
Oh Lord.
And then just be like, jackpot! Oddish wins!
I would be beyond mad. Like, genuinely.
That's why I didn't do it. I knew it would be too far, but it's hilarious to think about. Okay, so we are currently just talking about what the guys have found on the desk and around the room of the boss area from the last episode. Did you get all caught up on the previous episode?
Oh, I wish. No, but I will do my best to keep up.
Okay. So basically what's happened is that you guys have cleared out the boss of the manor. I have Kel currently sleeping on this bed back here. He's all tuckered out.
Movie character.
And yeah, I know you like laying down on beds when you enter the room. I remember that. So the so right now, basically, I'm sure the spiritual weapon is gone by now. You guys are just divvying up the
Yes.
loot in this circumstance. What was the thing that Kel got last time?
He got the kill, didn't he?
Yeah,
got
he
a
does. He got the big kill at the end of the session, but also he got some sort of gift, right? Because everyone got gifts. Let me go
Oh
to-
yes, he's special.
Oh yeah. Kel, so here, I'll put this in the chat so you can see what it is. But you got
You see what that thing do?
Oh, if you scroll up, sure, it's already there. It's the shifter's hide.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just right above. I reposted
Ooh, that's
it for
awesome.
Oddish.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Basically, it allows you to become a shifter momentarily, so that you can take on an
Oh,
animal
hell yeah.
power. And then I thought that would give you some customization. Basically, the setup is that after they solved the puzzle, they went into the room. They fought Raleigh, who conjured versions of the ghosts you already fought, his kids, to protect him. And then they took you basically took him down in Kelk form, and they divvied up the loot. You can scroll up in the chat to see what happened there in terms of loot. And right now, also a butler. Okay. So Yarig, the ghost who previously had been the caretaker of the place, he basically admitted that at this point, I think because Ronnie just investigated the body, you would have found that the actual corpse of Raleigh Freeze, the guy who owned the house, the dad of all of this evil family nonsense, he was stabbed in the back, and also in this room,
Ooh.
under the other corpses, you'll find Yarig's actual dead body in here.
Oh, we did know that, yeah.
So what happened is you guys are able to piece together now from this crime scene is that even those corpses are desiccated, based on everything that you found, you guys discovered that the way things worked out, the stained glass mirror depicted the thing that killed the person and who was killed by it. And in Raleigh's panel, Yarig's piece was the missing piece. So it turns out that Yarig, after the kids were dead, Yarig resented Raleigh so much for letting Fidelia die, Fidelia being his adopted daughter due to some complicated family history there, and his ersatz daughter, perhaps, and he just lost it and killed the man, the person he considered so responsible for all of the horrible things in this house. But Raleigh is a man of pure vindictive spite and grabbed a pen off his desk and stabbed Yarig in the throat with it. There's still a pen, despite all of the craziness, there's still a pen lodged into the skull of the corpse. Blood caked, with desiccated blood. And so they took each other out in this room. Yarig, because you finally brought peace to the house and allowed his adopted daughter Fidelia to ascend, he found peace too and went to join her in the afterlife, but not before bestowing upon you guys these gifts like the Shifter's Hide we just talked about. So that sort of brings us up to date. At that point, a magical ghost butler named Dingo appeared, and he will sort of be like your assistant in renovating the house, so to speak. So that pretty much brings us up to speed. We found some documents on the desk, the deed to the house and the deed to a nearby mining company, which Ronnie cleverly remembered is related to the dwarf you guys saved a long time ago from the orcs along the road to Jarek Spawn.
He has a mine near on the Dune Driftway.
That is correct. Good call. So, hey, I'll give inspo to whoever knows, can tell me where Dune Driftway leads.
Oh, Asara?
Correct.
Yeah.
Inspo to Finspo. Okay,
I think that's my first trivia inspo.
there you go. Okay, so the applause. All right, so that pretty much brings us up to date. Kel, they were just about to talk about who gets what room. You were jokingly claiming that this is your room because it's big enough for Kelk, and doesn't your wild shape deserve its own room?
I think you're so right.
I know exactly.
DM said it.
DM said it. It's canon. So, what were we doing before that? We were just dealing with the documents, right? Anything else, Ronnie?
Yeah.
No, we were just looking at the documents, and Ronnie was being like, "I'm fine to take any of the small rooms."
Right. You guys want to go look at the rooms in the hallway again, just to check them out? They're going to be in the same
Yeah.
state as you guys last left them. And in general, one thing I want to remind you guys is that this is a session where and perhaps the next session, if depending on the timing of this, but you guys, oh, the lights are still off. Let's say the lights are back on now. I'm gonna, as we go through these rooms, I'm just going to.
Anyway.
There was a switch right here.
Ah.
Did that work?
Wow, everything looks so much dustier now that the lights are on.
Oh yeah, that's a fixer-upper.
That's too far out. There we go.
Did we ever go into this super secret room down here? Oh, we did, right?
I think that was the one with ghosts in it, wasn't it? Oh
Every
no, it
room.
wasn't.
Oh,
On this
okay.
hallway.
The one down from Cudgel's room is the one
That had ghosts.
that had ghosts. But yeah, these are the upstairs bedrooms. It seems that the 4 at the top of the hall were the kids' rooms, and servants' quarters were on the opposite side of the hall.
Just to rub it in that their rooms were bigger.
Yeah, and so you had someone to yell at for being too loud.
I guess I know Finn probably wants one of the bigger ones. Yeah.
I'm just enjoying this because, like, one, they're the same. 2, Ronnie is definitely just like, Julie, I think that if you would like to stay here, I don't know if you plan to return to Jarexman, but there's plenty of space.
She's going to look at you with like just a look of absolute shock and be like, "Oh no! I couldn't be in a position like that."
You were instrumental in making this a success.
You could make an insight check on her if you want.
Sure, why not?
Okay, you're not
Solid
100%
start.
sure.
I'm nosy.
You're not in the same room though.
Finn's in every room.
So Ronnie, you get the sense that she's trying to hide it, but she's scared.
That's okay. Thank you very much for everything you did to make this possible.
Oh yeah, it was all you guys. I just sat in the chapel, but that's fine. I'm glad. You know, I have friends and family in Dibs. Finn. Wow.
Sorry.
Finn
Well, waited
just
at first.
Just put dibs on a room. Holy
I think I
shit.
spelled it wrong.
No, that's dibs.
Yeah, that's okay. Phew, the
That
pink
is
is not.
crazy.
The
You
pink
can't
is just not working out.
Ronnie was
on
in
this
here
map.
first. You can't just dibs the room like that.
I mean,
Also,
they're
what
just
are-
chatting. It's because it's the cleanest one.
How is it's the cleanest? That's the only reason. I mean, guys.
I mean, Finn, if you like this stream, you're more than welcome to it. If you prefer another, I'm not actually sure that there's major differences once they're cleared out between any of
No,
the rooms, except that the
no.
one has the minecart tracks.
Right, which not for me. You can definitely also take like these weapons out of here with you if you want, and like maybe
Okay.
this is already assigning tasks to Ronnie.
Ronnie just starts picking up everything that Finn points at. Like, yeah, all right, okay. Where do you want them to go?
I don't know. Do we have an armory? Is there an armory here?
It could
Basement.
be. It's your house.
Well, you
It's not
guys would-
practical to have a basement armory in case if we are under attack, we need to be able to access our weapons pretty quickly.
Vance.
Oz, what were you about to say?
While Finn and Ronnie are distracted by this, Oz is just pulling the bear rug out of the room.
Yes.
Ronnie's on it. You're pulling Ronnie too.
I mean, he's trying. He's got little arms.
Ronnie, wait, Oz, make a strength check to see how successful you are at pulling Ronnie out of the room. One!
He's got
A
little
nat
arms.
one! You pull so hard that Ronnie somehow goes forward. The rug somehow goes further into the room. You fundamentally misunderstood pushing and pulling in this moment.
Oh, hey,
Huh.
Oz, did you want to take this rug somewhere?
Yeah,
I can
I
help
don't care which
holding,
room
like-
I have. I just want this.
Okay, great. Well, whenever you decide where you want it to go, I'll bring it for you.
I was going to take the 4 rooms at the bottom and break down all the walls and have giant room.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because all you
Okay.
guys claimed the ones up here.
I like that for you.
Ronnie is like such an outdoor kid who's currently trying to very quickly try to figure out what it means to like do like
Dibs.
is it load bearing? What is
Dude,
this?
dibs.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't you pick your favorite one, and I'll move the rug in there for you for now. And then when we get someone in here to fix everything up, we can break all the walls down there.
Break all the
Yeah, I
walls.
figured that would be good. Then all the pets can go in there, but we wouldn't be crammed in tiny room.
I think that's a great idea.
If you need help breaking down the walls, let me know. Kelk is always happy to help.
No, Kel, I don't
I have
think
a hammer
either of us
now.
know- none of us know what load bearing walls mean.
As
Do I have
Is
to worry
Kel-
about that?
as Kel starts to mention smashing through the walls himself, the house seemingly shudders in fear.
Everyone also remember this house is more than, brick and mortar. We managed to get through this whole family situation with a low amount of damage, and we don't want to hurt its feelings.
I thought we got rid of all the ghosts.
Yeah, wasn't it the ghost that had feelings, not the house?
Well, it might be both.
Roddy, make another insight check with advantage. Okay, with your
Alright.
21, you get the sense that like it feels like the house or the air around you in the house like gets a little bit like 10 degrees warmer, and it feels like the house is blushing. You can't quite put your finger on it.
Look, I know I'm not an architect, but I think that there's something more going on here. And until we move in sort of formally, I just think we should be really polite and not, mess anything up too much.
What do you mean
Well-
until we move in? I'm moved in. I got my room picked.
Dear,
Yeah.
I love. Well, everyone please calm down a little bit.
Why? It's so exciting. I
You're right. It is really exciting. It's an exciting house, but I just mean let's not hurt the structure of the house until we have a minute.
Well, I'm at least painting the walls, so.
I
Like
think
now? You're just gonna start painting now? Where did you get the paint?
Been just minor illusions.
Yeah, I just made it.
Finn,
It's college of
yeah,
creation.
college of
Okay, yeah, that- you
creation.
know what?
Actually, that tracks.
There.
But I was imagining
Yeah.
Finn found like a bucket of blood in the dungeon and is just like, yeah, this looks red. Red's nice.
Yeah, I will say generally also, for however long we are in this liminal space of house decoration, that Finn is spending a lot of time. You might not see her for days because she's like scavenging through the house for things that she wants.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I wanted to bring up. I think I got sidetracked, but you guys do have the opportunity for downtime. It will take some time to renovate the house and get it set up how you guys want. And there might be things you want to build inside the house, or as you guys become a guild, staff the house with different people. And you also have friends in the B squad who can fulfill certain roles for you too. No, there's no indoor plumbing here. Sorry, Way. You have to go out in the bushes.
Not yet.
Not yet. Actually, that may or may not be true. You guys, there may be a bathroom you guys have yet to inspect. More on that later. A pool in the backyard. Takes
The worst monster.
So currently, Opal, what I wanted to say is that anything we need to do that can take place over a long amount of time, we can do as downtime, meaning we can say, a week passes and this happens if you guys want to do it that way. So during those times, D&D 5e has ways for you guys to, complete certain tasks using skill checks and just over the course of time. And we haven't done downtime yet in this campaign, and it could be a good way to advance time and restore the house too. So you have that opportunity as well. So don't feel like you have to do everything in real time either. We can go around the rooms and talk plans and discuss everything, and of course have the fun of that. But if there's stuff, I don't need you guys to pick up each individual object in the room and be like, should I clean this or not? You can just be like, we clean the room, and that happens over downtime. And Leah in chat says any house can have a bathroom if you're determined.
It's a good
Every house
attitude.
is the bathroom.
All right, so Finn has claimed dibs on Cudgel's mostly untouched room. So I think Kel previously said he wanted the plant-filled room. Most of these rooms, besides
already marked it.
Most of these rooms you've decided, or just been able to look at and see. It's going to take a little bit to clean them out, especially the plant room. That's going to need either hedge clippers or some work. And there's probably so much broken glass in the clown themed room that that probably needs a diligent sweeping too. And of course the room over here, the room with all the gears and stuff in it, probably needs a deep cleaning as well. So it looks like from, let's see, Oz is taking the rooms. Our Howwoos. What?
House.
Howwoos. Oowoos.
A very, very, very fine house.
Cloud themed room pass. Okay, so yeah, Oz is contemplating knocking down a bunch of walls. There's still also the master bedroom around the corner too. So anyone can claim that, or you can just use it as like a general war room and meeting room too. It does have a big bed in it.
I
Yeah.
take the big bed and then leave nothing.
and tell Ronnie to drag it in.
Yes.
Uh,
By I take the bed, I mean I ask Ronnie to take the bed for me.
there may not be servants besides Ronnie, but there's still Ronnie.
Ronnie just pushing a bed, holding a king size bed frame through a doorway, with Finn yelling, "Pivot!"
Pivot. Pivot.
It's all right. It's harder than it's easier than we're making it. I can't get it up the ramp. I'll just hold on to it as we take off. All right. Okay. So. All right. What would you guys
Should
like
we-
to do next?
Yeah, suggestion, should we describe what our rooms look like after like a few days of touch-ups?
Well, the butler Dingo will appear and say, "This seems to be a bit more work than perhaps one person or even your entire group is capable of. As you can see here and here," he points up to the rafters, "there's chances that any of these rooms could collapse at any moment. I'd recommend going into town and perhaps talking to a contractor. That way, the structural problems of the house are taken care of before any of you are further injured by falling parts."
We didn't even go in and be like, "Good news, everyone. You're safe now."
Yeah, I was just thinking like, oh right.
I was like,
Maybe
"So
we
should we go
should
tell the town?" And Finn's like, "Yeah, right as soon as you move the bed."
You don't understand, it's a very important rule of dibs.
Well, that's the
you
thing.
don't dibs
Finn
the
set
room. One
the
of the
tone,
townspeople might, and we can't have that.
Yeah, asserting dominance early on.
Well, yeah, we got to get the bed out of the contractor's way if he's going to fix the
Oh,
roof.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
This is
What?
practical.
You
Common
want to have
sense.
the same bed anyway? It's not my business. Okay, yeah, I think that's a great plan. We should. I think you probably as soon as what's his name? Did you just say?
The
Dingo?
butler? Dingo, yeah. He's got a dog head,
You
like
said
an
it was
Anubis
Dingo.
dog. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Dingo.
Ronnie's probably been feeling increasingly anxious of like, okay, well, we're done with this now, huh? Time to do another thing. What are we
Ronnie,
doing? What are we doing?
where's your room? We need to pick your room.
Oh, I don't love being upstairs. I thought maybe I could.
But
What, are
Is
you
it
worried that
important?
we're going to snore or something?
You want to be in the basement?
I think only Kel snores, and he's
No,
far
there's a-
away, so if you go on the other side, I think you'll be
There's a
fine.
bunch of space between upstairs and basement.
Wait, you're
What
not
about the
gonna stay
chapel?
up here with us?
Of course I can, if it's important to you. I thought maybe I would, maybe a space off the greenhouse or maybe something near the garden. I just felt really connected to the grounds here, and I don't like the idea of not noticing if anyone comes near our doors.
How about this then? There's a gazebo in the middle of the hedge maze, right? We can turn that into a pretty nice pad, I reckon.
Well, but then it can't be a gazebo for everyone who visits. I want to be in the house. I want to be close enough to you to help if I need to. I just want to be close enough to the ground that if anyone comes near, I would notice. Am I being the weird one here?
No, that makes sense. What about like a balcony then,
something.
maybe?
Or like big windows that look out at the front?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also the room upstairs. You could just get the best vantage point in the house.
Yeah, there is. It's not literal in this map that I've built because it's purely for RP, but there is a balcony. I think it's off sort of like it's like a room that has a piano and it's like a drinking, in like Downton Abbey where they would just like go and sit and have drinks after dinner and like a study
The
kind of
parlor.
Oh
thing.
yeah, like
A
the
parlor.
lounge.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
A lounge or parlor. There is an upstairs lounge or parlor which has a piano in it and a balcony. It's the balcony from which Eleanor fell when she was trying to escape the house. So canonically, there is a room. You could easily change the parlor into a room for any use you would want.
A Ronnie room.
You could, yeah, if you wanted.
Okay. I mean, I can be over here with you all if you prefer. I'm anxious.
You could also build like a
What?
periscope.
Well, I thought maybe it'd be fun if, the room with the weird train tracks was a meeting room and we could get quickly to other places, but I don't want to have that in my room.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want the possibility of goblins jumping into a minecart and appearing in your room late at night.
I don't. I don't. I don't. It doesn't need to be important. I want to be in the house with all of you. I really care about being with all of you, but
Well, what if we filled the holes of the cart?
That's your solution
Why-
to everything.
Assume the position.
I will never be free.
No.
not on that
You're blurred.
extent.
What did you actually mean by fill the the minecart paths? or
Like the
whatever?
minecart holes.
No, I think they're fun and cool. And once it's our house, we'll be the ones that know how they work. Like they're cool, they're neat. But I just, it's not for me in my room. And frankly, a room, a place with a balcony would be great. I am used to
Okay, fancy pants.
sleeping outside. Wait, what?
What if we converted the chapel to be your room, and we can also have like a little chapel-y bit kind of on the outside?
As
Would that-
you could feel as soon as you say convert the chapel, like the floor tiles beneath you like do like a wave and sort of like try to knock you off your balance a little bit way.
Hey, chill. We're throwing out ideas. We listen and we don't judge.
There's a painting on the wall of an old man of like questionable relationship to the house crosses its arms and looks away from you.
It's okay, Eleanor. He's just doing blue sky.
Is anyone else seeing the house move?
It's okay, Oz. It's on our side now.
Like
Maybe
a
not
candelabra drops slightly and pats you on the head, Oz.
Hey, give him a minute.
Dingo, how extensive is the work that we can do on the house? Like, how far can we go?
Well, only as far as your imagination and your wildest wallet's dreams. That is to say,
So,
you
how
are
far?
rich, aren't you?
Of
We're
course.
about to see.
Define rich.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I think we're rich. We're just not very liquid right now.
I see.
Yep.
Well, these are questions for a contractor. I can only say what is or isn't possible conceptually. But this house
Do you
does
know-
have a lot of spaces for you to renovate and make your own. I'm sure a contractor can help you with that. But I do have a few ideas for things that you might be able to use. I've heard say from between you all in the previous room that you're thinking of starting a guild, correct?
Yes.
Well, if that is the case, then I do have some ideas for possible facilities for a guild. For example, you might be able to...
A stable.
Oh, for horses? That could be perfect. You could do it out front or in the back.
Well,
Or dinosaurs.
What? Yes, of course.
I like
dinosaurs.
the way you think.
Well,
You
I'm
catch
sure...
on quick, Dingo.
I suppose I do. Well, if dinosaur racing or wrangling is something you're interested in, I'm sure there's, I don't know, some dinosaur island somewhere you might be able to pilfer them from. But regardless, I was thinking of more practical solutions, like perhaps a workshop. You already have a working one downstairs, just cluttered. For libraries, you could even have lectures to learn about specific things. Also, there's a greenhouse there that could function as something of an alchemy lab where you'd be able to produce potions. You can hire people for any of these things, have them as employees of your guild, and perhaps get a regular supply of potions, sort of a passive potion income. You could also use either the blacksmith space downstairs in the basement or out back in the old shed as a place to improve and create weapons. The gymnasium out back is a perfect opportunity for training adventurers for your guild, who you'd be able to
There's
send
a
out
what?
on missions. Oh, well, I believe you currently think of it as the clown room or board game room, but it is equipped and intended, when built, as to be a gymnasium for use with fencing and any other sort of athletic activity. There's also the idea of reconstituting and refurbishing the chapel, or perhaps that lounge space upstairs, into something of a mage's tower. I'm sure our young wizard here might be able to make use of that. It could also be an opportunity to hire some sort of magical scholar there to help with the creation of spell scrolls. And of course, there's also the ballroom, which could be used for regular performances, perhaps by Miss Finity. And there's also the how should I say, the dining room and the kitchen, which could be used for normal dining, or perhaps for the creation of a restaurant to also bring in income and create some sense of kinship with the town in purchasing of supplies and so on and so forth. You could also invite anyone from the town in for any sort of activities you might have. This house does seem to have a terrible history with the people of the town, but of course, we could work on that. And I'm sure they'll all be pleased to know that you've done so much work to renovate the house and fix things up, and also to get rid of those nasty spirits that had been plaguing. Well, I'm afraid that's all of the ideas that I had, but I'm sure you'll be able to come up with even better ones.
Thank you, Dingo. That is incredibly helpful.
Right, so we need to go talk to the contractor, the guy who sent us here first, right? With the
The contractor sent us here,
armor.
or did the Darvo?
Dvorak Delirium is the cleric who is in town. He would probably be a good contact if you guys... He knows everyone locally, so if there is a handyman in town, he would probably be a good person to ask about that.
Yes, the unhot cleric.
The unhot cleric.
Finn is assuming that's the contractor, but yes.
Finn is a
like,
people
well,
person.
I don't know, he looks strong, but he didn't help us fight, so I guess he must be a laborer.
Yeah, I guess he fixes buildings.
He didn't seem
yes,
smart,
we can-
so he must be strong.
There's only two kinds of people.
Sorry, what was his name again? Dvorak?
Dvorak?
Dvorak Delirium.
It's a pretty sick name, honestly.
Yeah, it is pretty badass.
Dvorak.
Where is his...
Well, before we go check in with Dvorak, which also we should have done, but as soon as this was completed,
I mean, it is midnight at this point. I can give us.
Is it midnight? How many hours have we been moving around furniture?
The house is just falling apart as you guys are moving stuff around.
Let's go let the town know that they are safe, or at least from this. And I don't think that we should this night try to hire any of them. That feels pretty weird to me.
Yeah, you guys could always just rest in the chapel or any of the clean rooms.
I think Ronnie thinks it's important that now that we did this, that we go and like, great, everyone, good job. Thanks for staying safe out here and keeping our cat, not our cat, but the cat safe.
The cat.
No, you're probably right. I'm just saying, like, if you want to rest up and do it the next morning when people are awake, since it is midnight, but you can also do it right now if you want.
I mean, they may also be just, if it is midnight, sleeping off the sickness that we helped cure them from, right? I assume that takes a couple of
Oh,
days to happen anyway, so maybe the morning is a better idea.
How long have we been in here total?
Yeah.
I don't know how
3
many long
days?
rests have you guys done? You've done like at least 3, I think.
We've been here at least more than a day.
Yes.
Yeah. So we showed up in the morning, we did a little bit, then we took a long rest, and then it was like midnight when we kicked it back up. Then we did, then we did another rest a couple hours later. I think it's been like 2 days.
I think we if everyone wants to rest, I can go tell Dvork and the people of the town that they should be able to rest easy, and that we'll be visiting in the morning.
Trying to sneak your way into being the mayor of 2 towns?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, to Mayor Ronnie.
Ronnie blushes furiously because they hadn't thought about that, but now they feel really
Yay.
self-conscious. No, you're right.
Yeah.
It would be better if someone else did it. You're
No,
right.
no,
Ronnie,
no,
let's
no,
go
you are
together.
our
I need to see
spokesperson.
Eddie.
Yeah,
You want-
take the kid with you.
Okay, Oz. If they need a mayor, you can be the mayor, okay? Well,
No,
is that
I'm
okay
good.
with you?
We can make Eddie the mayor. Eddie would be the best mayor.
Okay, great.
That would actually be a really good marketing gimmick if the cat was the mayor. People love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why that makes sense, but okay.
No, Eddie's smart. He could be mayor.
I don't really get what mayors do, so that sounds fine to me.
Well, you're
Okay,
already
maybe
doing
You're
a great
literally
job.
the
Don't
mayor
say
of
that.
a town, of a port city.
Yeah, maybe don't say that in public, but yeah.
But fair.
I just help people. Is that what mayors
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that is exactly what you tell people.
do? Okay.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
what you tell people you do. Yeah, that's what mayors do. Tell them that you already helped them, so you don't need to anymore. Oh god.
So yeah, I'll go bring Oz on my shoulders if that's how he is content to travel, and go try to find Dvork and also Eddie.
Okay, so you go out the front door and leaning down so Oz doesn't bonk his head, and
I will do a quick pause and just sort of like put my hand like on the frame of the door, sort of like in acknowledgement and thanks of the house and of Yarrick and of Eleanor and of like all the aspects that were aiding us, and just do like a brief moment where Oz might be confused. Who knows?
you feel the house
I doesn't
shudder
question it.
shudders slightly at your touch and then lean into it somehow, and then a sconce gently rubs your hand. Make an insight check.
If you let this house hit on me, I'll be so mad.
You think the house has a crush on you. You're not sure, but you've been so
That's okay. As
deferential
long
to
as
it, and it's been abused for so long, it kind of is swooning.
That's okay, as long as it's not being weird about it. It's okay. We're gonna get through this.
Do you say that out loud
If
to
Shrek
it?
taught me anything, it's that
No,
love
I think out loud I say,
perseveres.
I sort of like pat the door frame and say, "We'll be right back," and then head off with Oz.
The house blushes again and then waves the sconce goodbye.
I don't know if I like the enchanted house. It kind of scares me.
Well,
Like, if
you know.
you upset it, it's gonna, like, smother you in your sleep.
Or if you
It's
get
not
too
gonna
into
smother-
it, apparently.
It's not going to smother you in your sleep, Oz. I don't think. We're going to work with it. And it's just like, how you made all of us know that you're amazing. And we're all going to do anything we can do to protect you. So that's going to be the house, you know?
I don't know. I don't like how it's looking at me.
Just the sconce is doing the like finger eye.
You swear, Oz, only you can see this, but the house seems to be licking its lips, looking at you.
It might eat us.
Oz, if you ever are feeling unsure, first of all, we won't be here all the time, you know, and that's okay. But also, if you're feeling not sure, you can come stay with me anytime you want in my room.
The house looks jealous
Okay.
now.
I'll just.
Ronnie's
more
not looking
concerned
at the
about
house.
the pets. Like, what's it gonna do if one of them pees on the carpet?
It's gonna know that we're gonna clean it up because we're gonna take care of it.
The house swoons. Finn, inside the house as you're decorating, you like suddenly tilt to your side as the house is swooning. You're like, what the hell's going on up there?
Hey, I get like paint on the floor. Shit.
Are we all falling for Ronnie, or is it just me?
Ronnie just saying, I promise in my lease to do the bare minimum.
Okay, so as you guys are walking out of the house, you almost immediately collide with Dvorak, who's...
No, I hold my hands out before we get to the place where the wall is.
No, the wall no longer exists.
Oh, Dvorak dropped the thing?
Yeah, he almost collides with you, rushing up. As soon as he saw the door open, he comes up to you, and he said, "You did it! Oh my God, you did it!" And he embraces you, Ronnie, in a very firm bear hug. You've never seen this look on his face. He almost looks insane. He's smiling so hard. He like ruffles Oz's feathers. I can't believe it! I never thought I'd see the day. Oh, I can't believe it. He starts to cry. He's like on his knees. He's basically looks like he's about to have a complete emotional breakdown.
Dvorak, are you okay? What's happening? What happened? Is everyone all right?
Everyone's fine. Some people came out and noticed, but the magic is still slowly dissipating. I don't think they'll know what's really happened or be able to process it until tomorrow, but you did it! Oh my God, you did it! He's like clawing at your ankles, weeping. Oh, okay, I thought this town was doomed. I thought I would only hold out until my magic gave up, and then, oh God. He's like weeping,
I think
getting
Ronnie
tears on your boots.
Try to pull him up by his hands. This is made possible because of your work. We wouldn't have been here in time.
He starts crying and embracing you.
If you all right, yes.
I love you so much. Let's get married.
Aren't you married?
What? Well, it's my work, but my work is over. You saved me.
All right. Well,
we're all a little emotional right now. Clearly.
Okay. Well, Dvorak, why don't you? We don't want to interrupt the town, but we thought that they needed to know. But it seems that they do already, and you do.
Oh, they'll know. They'll know tomorrow as I sing your praises from the top of the largest stone in town. It's a pretty flat town.
That's not necessary.
Not that loud.
Perhaps you could let them know to come join us for a breakfast to celebrate a new beginning.
Inside?
No, a picnic.
Okay, that's probably better, because I did notice that, the house...
There's a lot of work to be done, but I think a picnic would be very nice. If this was a movie, Ronnie would be like looking over and seeing like a shadow of Yarrick. Like, the grounds are beautiful, and they will be made even more so now that they are loved again.
He nods. You're right. I shall have the town throw you the best picnic. They will know who their heroes were. That their betters live in that house. He seems really fired up.
What are you talking about? You actually, no, sorry. Ronnie grabs him. No. Whatever that was is not how we're going to be talking about this.
Sorry, I haven't felt happy in a long time. I'm not used to doing it.
That's fine. I can relate to that, but you can't put that on them.
Okay, so it's just gonna be like a nice day for everyone.
For everyone.
Do we get dressed up? I've never been to a picnic.
Anyone can wear whatever they want to.
That's so generous.
They do
again.
need to wear clothes. There do have to be clothes.
Great. Okay. So
Typically.
within reason.
But within that, yes. Right,
Okay.
Oz? Right? Do you want them to wear certain outfits?
Don't give him that power.
Ronnie's just looking up at Oz, seeing if he's gonna say.
Al's gone.
Oz is too busy looking for wherever Eddie is. He is not fully paying attention.
Of course, I'm so
Eddie
sorry.
Is,
where is Eddie?
Oh, he's just over there. He points to a tree where you can see a white tail sticking out from behind it. Oz, if you get any closer to look around the tree, you will see Eddie very demurely licking a paw as if he couldn't be bothered by whatever all this fuss is about.
Eddie, we got you a big room you can sleep in.
Eddie stops licking himself and sort of like stares at you with lids half closed and sort of gives a sense of, that suits me.
No one claimed the giant room up top. You can take that one.
He nods and, without waiting for you, starts prancing into the house. Dvorak looks, no, stupid cat, get out of there, it's gonna fall apart! But Eddie doesn't stop and just prances straight up the stairs.
It's alright. We're hoping to set up spaces here that we will use, but also that people of the town, that will benefit the entire town. So,
noble.
Will be a welcoming space. Oh, okay. Okay. So, all right, it's like midnight, I guess. So if you want to go get some sleep, tell the town to come join us in the morning.
You've got
for
it.
A picnic.
I'm gonna have the best sleep ever. And he salutes you and then walks away. The whole thing is very mystifying. The man who's normally so stoic and cynical, you seem to have changed his personality over the course of...
Am I suspicious?
Make an insight check. You do not understand people on a fundamental level. You find them illogical and you find them upsetting. If they just behaved in logical ways, it would solve a lot of problems. But you also understand that sometimes you want to do the emotional right thing and care about people's emotions. And as a result of that, you let your own emotions overcome you sometimes. And you shrug that off normally and say, ugh, that's just the shortcoming of being a person in this world. But the one thing you know is that actual heartfelt pourings of emotions from strangers or relative strangers is awkward and uncomfortable. And the sheer amount of awkward you felt out of his sniveling and snot-nosed crying in front of you, previously being a big, full of himself tough guy, it could only be real. Because it made you so deeply uncomfortable. There is no way he is that good of an actor. He must have been carrying so much stress within him for so long with so little hope. Must have been... The fact you even got him to let you inside is more a testament to his ability to keep a bargain, since you went and got those potion ingredients for him. He didn't have much of hope that you guys would be okay. He thought you might come running out crying. And now that you've actually done it and he doesn't have to constantly be using his magic to keep this place and these people safe, it's like a load off his mind. So he just basically had the experience you might have after going through a stressful scenario and then finally being on the other end. He's having his Captain Phillips moment, basically.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry, Oz. That was weird. Do you want to get Eddie, or is he good out here?
He's inside
Eddie's
already.
good.
He
Eddie
climbed
just does cat
upstairs.
stuff.
Okay. I'm gonna. Do you have anything else you want to do in town, or anywhere else before we go back inside?
I feel like I was supposed to ask Eddie about Domino.
Oh, well, I guess he's inside now, so we can go find him there.
Yeah, I'm sure they're fine.
Do you? Okay, yeah, I think we head back and run it. So like, Oz and anyone else. Was there any good food in here? I told the town they could come for brunch, and
This is a
I don't know
Frasier
if we
dinner
have any
party.
food.
You make the plans and then have to scramble to get them together.
BYOB?
I
BYO
mean, you
brunch.
could just spread that to potluck.
Yeah, true. I mean, that's
Um,
that's pretty homey. I'm sure people would appreciate that too.
Yeah, I don't need to like run a whole scene, but is it possible for me to be like, hey, Dingo, is it possible for any of the food to be made whole, purified, or something? Or is there a place I could run out in the next 6 to 8 hours? I could probably get back to Jarek's. How long is it to Jarek's, Ben?
It's about a day's travel to get there.
Okay, so I probably can't get there and back before brunch.
No, but the Dingo's gonna say, I think that we might be able to scramble together some fresh veg from both what Fidelia had been growing and also from scavenging outside, or do a bit of hunting beforehand. And I'm sure the townspeople would be happy to bring whatever they can to make it a potluck situation. At this point, I would imagine that everyone's so relieved, they won't be expecting a 5-star gourmet meal. They'll just be happy to be able to break bread on a previously untouchable ground. I wouldn't be surprised if many of them are scared to come onto the grounds at all.
Well, perhaps we can do it at the edge of the ground, so people who want to come on can, and people who want to stay outside can still be included. But we will have a very simple fare. Looks at like everyone else, unless you have more clever ideas for how to do a thing. I don't. I ate bugs like yesterday.
Is that normal?
Do you think they would like bugs? Oz and I had a delicious time.
There's a lot of bugs in the house.
True, and in the woods outside. I saw a particularly fat wood roach through the window. As big as my arm it was. Shall I draw up a tasting menu for different types of insects?
I think that a tasting menu is actually more complicated than we need to make this. But if we think that they would be okay with it, we could. But otherwise, we can just have very simple fare and just let them be safe.
Forgive me, I don't believe I answered your question earlier. As for the food downstairs, most of it is rotten and would be about 200 years old, even if it hadn't been presented by an undead chef. I wouldn't trust anything in that kitchen until it's thoroughly cleaned.
Right, of course. Very well. Thank you for your suggestion. We'll investigate the garden and the greenhouse and see what can be gathered.
He's gonna nod and disappear.
I think Ronnie maybe just like also looks up and goes, oh, I'm sorry, I just wanted to let them know we were okay. I didn't mean to make us a new thing to do, but I hope that you know how impressive you all are and how grateful I am for your company.
I mean, this sounds like a great way to get food. I'm all for it.
Still on my shoulders?
Of course. You know, he ran after Eddie for a second, but I imagine that he would have just hopped back up there if Ronnie didn't complain.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oz, do you want to talk to Eddie, or do you guys want to get a long rest, or...
I mean, if Eddie's come inside, I would just like to ask him how Domino's doing.
Okay, so... But I thought Domino was still inside your the ball thing, right?
I thought since I was freaking him out, we decided not to keep him in there full time and slowly acclimate him. But since we were going on a dangerous adventure, I thought we left him behind.
Oh, you left him behind in Jarek spawn?
Yeah.
Okay. So Eddie wouldn't necessarily know if Eddie's been in well, okay, yeah, if you guys want to ask Eddie about Domino, you totally can. So you guys go into the master bedroom where Eddie is currently perched on the edge of the desk that once was, in front of the big bad boss of this place. Eddie is just sitting there twitching his tail. As you guys approach, he knocks over a pencil holder or a quill holder and knocks it on the ground in front of you. Nothing malicious in it, just doing what cats do, I guess. You two look at each other. Who shall speak first?
Still afraid. You know what? I'm gonna cast whatchamacallit, Speak with Animals, so I can have a proper conversation instead of that speech of beast and leaf stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Eddie.
Hello.
Oh my god. You doing okay? We still good?
As always, I am perfect.
No notes there. I was just wondering, you know if Domino's doing all right? I'm just worried. We've been away for a while now, and I don't know if he's used to being alone.
I do not know this Domino.
The black and white displacer kitty we had.
Ah, the wretch. Yes, I recall his sight.
Wait, what? The wretch? What do you mean?
Disturbing and small-minded are such creatures, not befitting of my glory.
Okay. Kel looks around helplessly. The rest, who I guess have no idea what's happening.
Are you good there, buddy? You need some sleep? Were you in Kelk for too long again?
This cat scares me a lot.
It's just Eddie. I mean, he's big and annoying, but he's fine.
Hey, it's just a cat.
I look into his eyes and I see a void.
The abyss stares back at you. You may try to gaze upon my splendor, but you will never know it, for you are weak.
Does anyone else have any questions?
He begins to, aggressively lick his butt in front of you.
See, he's comfortable around you, Kel. Everything's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Gaze upon me as I bathe, mortal.
I'm gonna go to bed now.
I don't think we should be staying here right now, though.
What?
I mean, I guess it's really unstable.
Hold on, I'm almost done sketching out what I want.
Maybe we could just. What if we maybe just nap in the garden, or maybe in the chapel? Just another place that's seems more structurally sound than most of the rooms.
Ronnie,
Well, what
I
if we ask
appreciate
the
you.
house nicely to not implode on us? It seems somewhat sentient, right?
Okay.
The door frame you're near sort of nudges you a little bit as if to say, somewhat.
It's very sentient.
Two of
I
the
don't
arms on
know.
a sconce cross their arms and nod, correct.
All right, you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
No rudeness. It's just, I mean, I'm happy to sleep somewhere else. It's just I'm so
I
tired.
meant rude to the house.
Oh, yeah.
No, Kel, I meant rude to someone who matters. Good old Housey.
Sure. Well,
Sure or sure?
both.
I meant, are you addressing me or are you moving on? I couldn't tell.
Oh, I thought you were just criticizing
Sleeping
my
time?
pronunciation of the word.
No, I
sure.
thought you were saying, okay, sure. And I was like, listening.
All right, Matt, Mr. Shore. No, I think Ryan would make. Oh, all right. No, of course, you're right. Anyone, rest up. It's good to fight with you, alongside you. I mean,
Yeah, ditto. I think you saved me like 14 times at this point.
as I have been saved by you.
Jeez.
She'll just take that compliment knowing it's a lie, but she's just gonna take it full stride.
I think it is.
All right, so shall we skip ahead to the next morning, give you guys the benefits of a long rest? We can say that you guys sort of huddle together in Ronnie's room for the night since it's the least junked up.
You can all sleep wherever you want, but Ronnie's like, your rooms are full of trash.
There's
mine.
active broken glass everywhere I step in my room. Yeah.
My
I
room
could-
is perfect the way it is.
I can see Wei being like, it's fine. You put enough cloth over the glass, you barely feel it. It's like a real
Right, and
bachelor
Kel
pad.
being like,
In
the
the morning.
Reachers are actually very cool, and they have a lot of hot goss.
You find Kel the next morning in his room, wrapped into one of the empty holes that one of the lashers came out of, like the cocoon from which it emerged. It's just
Oh.
growing around. And
The
it's like,
vines are slowly absorbing me.
yeah, right. He looks like a Geiger painting, and he's like, ooh, cozy. For a druid, this is actually nice. But yeah, you guys can rest where you would like, and then the next morning, you guys go out to see. Already gathered is a bunch of people in town staring up at the sky as the clouds and dark energy seems to be heading up to a portal over the city itself, and everyone is staring up in shock and doesn't know what's happening. As you guys exit the house, you see it looks like the dark energy that had its like last remnants still inside the house and hanging over the town is getting dissipated and sort of like swirling away into this portal, and then poof, it's just gone. Suddenly there's sunlight streaming through the clouds. They slip away, and stepping into the sun for what feels like the first time in forever, kids begin to giggle and laugh, and suddenly that light, delighted energy takes over the whole city, and everyone's cheering, not even sure what's happening. But as you guys approach and get closer to see the spectacle, newly emotionally reinforced by the fact that you see this was a good thing. You've really had a positive influence on these people. Dvork is going to step forward and be like, here are the noble heroes who risked their lives to save this town. Please join us today in having a picnic in their honor and for the delight of all. He bows before you, Ronnie, trying to be as formal.
Okay, no, Dvork, there's no need for that. Thank you for protecting these people for as long as you did.
One sec, was that a
panicking,
legit
maybe-
stop, or was that a misclick?
No.
We'll say I
Accident.
accidentally clicked the deck while drawing the bear rug.
Oh, okay, got it. Just making sure. Got to use those safety tools when we see them. Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
We're just trying to keep you on your toes.
You start drawing new cards from the deck. Feeling iffy. I don't know how to respond
Yeah,
to that. Iffy about what? What?
What does it mean if I draw the tower?
I'm gonna do a Pokemon tarot
Ronnie, I
card
think-
reading.
looks around. Like, did we find the vegetables? Do we have like at least some crudité, like something kind of?
Are you asking Dvork this, or are
No.
Uh,
I'm asking Dingo, or I also
Oh.
think Ronnie might not have gone to bed without checking on this.
Okay, it seems that Dingo has managed to gather a wheelbarrow's worth of supplies, almost like a shopping cart, and he has brought it to you initially as you were leaving the house before you got here. Inside, you find a bunch of cabbages, some carrots, some leeks.
My cabbages.
My cabbages. And other just hearty vegetables, some Brussels sprouts. He also got a jar of bugs that it seems like he's collected. Unsure if you guys had been serious or not, but there is a jar containing two large woodland roaches, a bunch of lightning bugs, some centipedes and grasshoppers and other things. A bunch of them seem to be battling and riled up inside the jar.
Each other, I think.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a good vibes, but perhaps you can make some sort of bug themed turducken.
I think Ronnie will have come out like with a like slightly tattered maybe, but like a rug that no one was attached to, and like throw it down on the carpet and like put veggies out, and then just quietly open the jar and let the bugs go away.
Ronnie, you shouldn't have.
Way's already eating a raw cabbage. Dvork grabs it from him and it's like, we have to cook these first, you monster.
We can make a slaw, it's fine.
Dvork is got a cauldron, and with like a loud like dragging sound is pulling it from the inside of his hut, and is bringing it out to the center of town to create sort of a Stardew Valley communal stew.
A stone soup. Ronnie goes over, picks up the whole thing, but holds half of it so it looks like they're carrying it together.
He notices and is like, he blushes. This is a house versus cleric versus other cleric. Thruple. He begins to like pull out a bunch of seasonings from his house too, and is like using stuff that looks like it's mostly healing ingredients, but he's gonna whisper to you and sort of nudge against you with his shoulder. My patients have already started to see some improvement. I don't think they'll be needing any more poultices thanks to you guys. And he begins to use some of his medicines, not all of them. He's using a reasonable supply, but to help season the thing. And soon, most of the people in town are just murmuring and aren't sure what this means. The initial like hubbub of being caught up in this has abated, and they're just sort of watching. They're like, is this a scam? Should we trust this? They're all a bunch of like a little bit traumatized by the whole thing. And then suddenly a kid comes up and like throws a carrot inside. And he says, it's like, I was saving that for my birthday. And he smiles at you.
That was very kind of you. Thank you for sharing.
He laughs and grins. And suddenly, incentivized by the kid's kindness, a bunch of other people start bringing in potatoes and other stuff that they had to create, a big communal pot. And then people are bringing in bowls and spoons, and everybody's getting some as it starts to be complete. They're adding stuff. Some of the people in town are actually having like happy arguments about how to improve it and like what flavorings it needs. And they're like, one guy's like, lobster would really make it next level, like a real bisque. And someone's like, how are we going to get lobster, you idiot? And they start getting into an argument while other people are laughing at them. They're finally so free from the concerns of being in danger from the undead that they're actually beginning to act like humans again. And it's all a very nice thing. And some people, for the most part, though, you do notice that everybody is mostly staying on the town side of this picnic. But at some point, kids with a ball are throwing it back and forth, and then one of them throws it onto what is clearly the house grounds past the tree line. And then one of the kids runs over, and the whole town gasps and turns and sees this child walking onto the grounds. And the kid grabs the ball, turns around and sees everybody looking at them and looks like concerned, and then walks back and is just like, I got it. not sure what the hubbub was about. And then a bunch of them start laughing. And then a few of the men are now in like a contest with each other to see who can walk further onto the grounds without getting, haunted, because they're all pretty scared of that. Some girl hikes up her dress and is like, "Oh, please," and like rushes up to the doorknob and touches it. The house shudders a little bit and the doorknob wriggles at her touch and she shrieks and runs back. And everyone starts laughing. Suddenly the grounds don't seem like a scary place anymore. There's clearly something magical happening with the house, but perhaps that will incentivize people not to break in the middle of the night to go exploring. Regardless, it seems like everyone's having a really fun time at the picnic, and it turned out to be a great idea.
Waylon has infiltrated the men trying to argue about what ingredients to put in the soup, and he's like shit posting ingredients. And at one point he says, "What if we put Lord Freeze's purple underwear in the soup? Hear me out."
Everyone is impressed by your Stardew Valley knowledge. A kid gives you an extra carrot for your cleverness. Woo! So as you guys are enjoying the day, you spend some time sharing stories, and the people eventually go around and create sort of like a wedding line where everyone greets the bride and groom only to thank you guys specifically for helping save them. And they start talking about possibilities. Eventually the word comes around that you guys are looking for to fix up the place, and eventually someone introduces you to Johann Bargus, who is a hobgoblin handyman who lives in the town, with a thick sort of like Scandinavian accent, but he seems very like proud and like he's known for being an efficient worker. He's the guy who's been in charge of making sure that the houses in town look as good as they do during all these undead attacks. But he after meeting him, you guys agree to meet later to talk, or you can start discussing it now if you would like, to talk the idea of fixing up the house and perhaps making it into a livable place. So that is definitely on your docket for things that you are able to do. Dvork also will come out, and as a special treat, he will give you guys 3 superior healing potions and a potion of resurrection, which, if used in a minute of a party member's death, will bring them back to life with 10 HP.
I'm now scared that you gave that to us.
Right.
He then stabs Way to show how it can work. Just kidding. During the picnic, Delia reiterates that at some point she'd like to go back to get the quest money from Gomer, and you also get the sense that she also seems to have like a sort of a lilt in her voice suggesting something else. You can insight check that if you want. Anyone can.
On it.
You get the sense that... Wait, did you roll?
You
there
can
we go.
try and do better, yeah.
I had to refresh my tab.
Oh, gotcha.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. So you guys, all of you who rolled, realize that you've known Delia long enough at this point to get a sense of when she's enthusiastic or when she's not. She seems still scared to be here. Like, this whole thing has traumatized her a little bit, and you can get the sense that she wants to go home, but she's also, she's probably scared to travel back on her own. She's not exactly as strong an adventurer as the rest of you guys. Would any of you like to discuss this with her, or do you just keep that to yourself?
Did we all notice it?
You, Ronnie, Way, and Kel noticed
it. If you need company, of course, someone can come with you.
She blushes, realizing she's been called out on it, and is like, "Oh no, I'm sure I could handle it myself." And as soon as she's finishing her sentence, Dvork is going to slam down a glass of mead or a mug of mead, and is going to say, "Unacceptable. If the heroes of Hollow's End need someone to accompany this poor goblin, I shall do it." He's
All
volunteering
right,
himself.
Dvork.
But also,
She's
I mean,
extremely capable, and she's in charge if you accompany her.
but also,
Huh?
like, I mean, Delia, there's really no rush. The quest money can wait. Why don't you stay a while and enjoy this with us for a bit?
I would love. I'm not. I'm homesick. I'm sorry. I miss the ocean smell. I thought I was cut out for this life, but I'm not sure I am. I'd be happy to come back and visit you, but I just need. I just want to go back for a little bit. Is that okay?
Of course.
Is that
Yeah.
okay? Of course it's okay. Chill. Have some weird soup.
Thank goodness. I
It's like a
thought you
quarter
guys would think
biscuit.
I was a chicken.
You've done so
You're a
much
goblin.
already. You're completely fine. That too.
I shall accompany this chicken on her way back. Dvork is still trying to
Hey,
posture and show off.
Clearly
A
she is
bit
a
rude.
goblin.
No, he's right. I am a chicken. Please, just let me go back. Ah, an opportunity to be the chicken's handler.
Ronnie having a real moment of being like, is this what I'm like?
Dvork seems to see your concern and wraps an arm around you. Yes, me and Mayor Ronnie, the two heroes of town.
Why not? I'm not the mayor of here.
No, but I've heard tell. We all have. Of the proud bugbear
Actually-
mayor of Jerixbon. It can only be you.
I think I'm also not the mayor. I'm pretty sure we left a city council.
The
No,
town
you're still
begins
there.
to cheer. Mayor
Dang it.
Ronnie, Mayor Ronnie.
I
College of Creation, a mayor pin onto Ronnie's like little
Oh,
like
wait, no,
vest
like a
thing.
big mayor sack.
Yeah.
Ronnie goes
Ooh.
into the house.
Ronnie is there's just a smoke cloud where Ronnie was as Ronnie cringes into the woods to evade this.
Wait, just leans into Finn. Maybe they would have just preferred a top hat.
Ooh, that's good for next time. You're right.
A Dvork leans
can you do
into.
both?
I brought my top hat to impress Ronnie. Puts on a top hat.
Perfect.
I think that's great. I think that'll go over really well.
I knew
Mhm,
it.
mhm.
Everyone has a good time at the picnic. At this point, you guys are going to be looking at next steps for what you guys would like to do. Since we've reached sort of a natural pause here, why don't we take our break now and then come back in 5 or 6 minutes or whatever. And after that, you guys start thinking about what you guys would like to do next. And what you would like to talk to the handyman about. There's also the matter that just crossed your guys' minds when you're thinking about Jerixbon again, which is, wait, didn't Yorka say you guys had some outstanding debt too? Before you make any financial plans, it might be good to figure that out and find a way of getting in touch with him quickly. Perhaps setting up some sort of way for Tiquicels to either be housed at the mansion or at least for mail service to be able to go in and out on the regs. Regardless, we will be taking a brief break now. I'm going to put you guys on mute, so remember to remind me to take you off that, and we will be right back. Where's Pepsi Jet? What is Pepsi Jet? Ah! Goop. Then I mustn't fall. No! 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 I got. Yes! Yes! Ah. How many chompers are there? Ah! No! No! God! Ah! Oh my God! It worked. Oh my god! Oh, that was crazy. No, 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 flap it up! No! No! Oh god! This might kill it. Oh! Oh! It hung on! Ampharos! Ampharos, you hung on! Okay, some of our eggs are hatching. These are our regular eggs, so we probably won't get anything good. Oh, shiny! It's a shine, mama! I can't find! Whoa! He didn't even get his bar out. Let's go. Fuck, this is the end. Wait, Reviver Seed! Yes! Oh, motherfucker! Yes! Oh, sorry. Sorry, Sonic. Am I supposed to memorize this? Is this not the same part of the level as the beginning? What is... Radical? No! What the fuck? And what else is on the docket for this week? I made a list of retro games for us to play. So we will be playing one of those. Oh, fuck! Wait. What? You think the Queen's Xenomorph is hot? It's a big bug. It rips off its own butt. I'm getting a headache. What? At least I'm not a million miles back in this. He's half the man he used to be.
That's disgusting.
Understatement of the fucking year. Frigging VMUs are actually memory cards. I honestly forgot that. I just... Okay, he didn't see nothing. Oh my god! Oh, that scared the shit out of me! What the fuck? Oh, oh shit!
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
That's your reaction? Damn! What the fuck?
This is just like that movie.
This is just like that movie that we're shamelessly fucking ripping off. The raptors test the fences. They learn, but not very quickly. They must test them over and over and over and over. I'm afraid these things will harm me, 'cause they sure don't act like Barney. And they think that I'm their dinner, not their friend. Oh no! Oh, you fucker! Wait, are you just asleep? Oh, fuck! No! No! Haha, you stupid animal. Oh, crap! I was... Wait, what just happened? We both fell over. No! What the fuck is that? I'm gonna go for it. Wouldn't that have been sick, though? We got this. Just gotta do cool jumps. Okay, cool jump 1 complete. What? What the fuck? But there was a platform down there. I should be able to walk up. I should have the momentum. Holy shit! Holy shit! I didn't even want to do that! I feel okay now because, like, I've watched people play this level, right? So at least I know... I know how to do this one, clearly. No! Damn it. Wait, I'm pointing. Okay, we are back. I'm gonna bring you guys back now. You are unmuted. I just brought up this map instead, so that's basically where we are. Aurelia Manor is you guys' new house. Dvorak is there in the center of town. Party token is there. You guys are sort of here. And yeah, that's sort of where we're at. I'm not sure what happened to the music.
It sounds like it's just really faint.
Oh, I think it's because it's playing a bunch of Skyrim atmospheric.
Music.
Yeah.
Okay, M next. I forgot to dizzy it. Let's do M next again. I don't want more Jeremy Soule stuff. It's better. Oh my god, it looks so neat. I'm looking at Affinity's room right now.
Oh, yeah.
Can I put it on stream?
Hmm?
Can I put your picture on stream?
Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry, I was muted for a second.
Let's see if this worked. Nope. It didn't. Oh, wait, maybe it did. Nope.
Yeah, you mentioned, like, yesterday you wanted us to think about our rooms, and I thought a little too hard.
This is what Affinity's room looks like for chat to see.
We love to see it.
But
With a wardrobe that may or may not lead into Wade's room.
Okay. So you guys have your workman contact, Johann Vargas. And would you guys like to talk to him now, or what else would you like to do?
Yeah, I want to see his bathroom portfolio. We need bathrooms. We need bathrooms soon.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. I thought we should talk to him about if we have debt that needs to be resolved.
Well, that's step 2, right? That we got to get to Yorkis to figure that out, but we should at least like see the man's work.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, so would you guys like to he's gonna suggest that you guys do a walkthrough of the house with him, so that after the picnic. So once the picnic wraps up, you guys okay with doing our just a convo with Johan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So eventually Johan is going to come into the house with you guys and start looking around. And he is going to start immediately making notes of stuff so he can start getting an estimate. He's like stepping on refuse as he looks around. It's a little bit awkward as you guys realize how much work he's going to have to do. And he is going to look at some of the ceiling and walls that have cracks in them. He's going to say, oh, yeah. See, what seems to have happened is the magic seems to have been gluing the house together, and now its normal wear and tear is creating structural flaws everywhere. What I would like to do is go in room by room and really patch things up to make sure you guys are safe in here. Also, just do a little reinforcement on some of these floorboards and make sure there aren't any hanging nails or refuse out there. Just by looking around here, it seems like there is some sellable refuse in this area. Some of this stuff can be refurbished, but other stuff that's just junk can be sold off to junk dealers. And you might be able to get a little bit of, let's say, a little bit of your money back just by letting me sell some of this stuff. But based on what I'm looking at so far, it looks like to make this place fully livable and clean, based on the size of it, it would probably cost you around 2,000 gold. And if my estimates are correct, there should be about 200 gold's worth of stuff to sell. So your final price tag on the repairs would probably be around, let's say, 1,800 gold. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Says
1800?
Ronnie, who knows nothing about this.
Yes, I know this.
Sure.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
And I spoke with your ghost dog butler, and he said that you are interested in perhaps having other facilities added to this. I could get the house basically livable within 2 weeks, so that all of your rooms are set up, and then we can work on the other stuff over the course of the next 2 weeks. I'll have some of the men from town help me out, get them a little bit of the money you're paying me too, makes them feel useful. It'll also help them get a little bit more acclimated to the house. So, what I was thinking is maybe we take care of the big stuff, and then you start planning the other stuff. But if you've got ideas for individual rooms that you'd like to turn from one thing into another, we can add that on. And based on how much arcane stuff or how much technical materials we will need for certain things, like, for example, if you one day want to make a mage's tower, I'm going to need to do some specialization work on that, so that might cost a bit more. But for just getting the place livable, 1,800 is good, and you guys should be able to sleep in here in your individual rooms comfortably within 2 weeks' time. And yeah, if you would like to tell me or discuss anything else, that's totally fine, but that's an additional cost. So you will have to deal with those costs yourself. And this is all upfront, none of that Jarek spawn, writ whatever thing.
Thank you. Ronnie hands him 1,800 gold pieces.
Whoa, okay. Well, normally you pay when the job's done, but this is really going to make the other guys happy. Okay, thank you. All right, so make sure to subtract that gold from your inventory. He's like, all right, I feel weird taking the money and not getting to work immediately. It's just my work ethic. So I'm going to go outside and start rounding up some guys and telling them the plan. We'll focus primarily on the bedrooms first and make sure that roof above is nice and no ceiling holes open up so that you're looking at sunroof that you didn't want. I'm also going to try to be respectful, so forgive me if I take some time or cause some noise, because I can tell here that the house has some sort of lingering enchantment on it. I'm not sure what's the deal with that. But also, while I was going through the house, I noticed a few things that have me a little bit of concern. I know we had some talks about perhaps opening up a few of these rooms that had been sealed off for a while. It made me a little concerned because most of these rooms were easily accessible had you had the key. So it makes me wonder what was so haunted that even the haunted house kept it boarded up, you know? But that brings me to the problem with the plumbing. There is an upstairs bathroom and a downstairs bathroom, but they do miraculously have a plumbing system which seems to be regulated by some sort of elemental in the basement. I'm not sure how that works, but he seems to be in charge of keeping it in order, which also I'm sure everyone here will appreciate. Allows for there to be heated showers as well, which is a rarity here. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the people in town were begging to try that out, as they've never experienced such a thing. I had once, but that was only at a very, very luxurious hotel in Grand Haven, put up by the client. So that's not a normal thing for me. But that brings me to the problem. There is a clog, a really bad clog in the upstairs bathroom, which is affecting the plumbing in the whole house.
Wasn't me.
I wouldn't, unless you had something evil lurking in your butthole, I don't think it would be you. Sorry if that's too forced. But it seems like there is still a lingering haunted presence in the upstairs toilet. I tried to sit on it to write a note, and it attempted to bite my bottom. So that seems problematic. We wouldn't want anyone losing any tail feathers when they go to take a poo. Also, I've noticed that in the upstairs servant quarters, there are some haunting echoes, and that is frightening as well. There seems to be an invasive species now living in your woodshed out back, and of course there is the elephant in the room, which is that the haunting is supposed to be over. There are still these ghosts here, and yeah, it seems like sometimes you will say something about the house, and the house will move and respond, which is not normal, and I don't know why that is. So those are some of my concerns. But if you'd like me to get to work, I can do so immediately, and we can just go ahead and work for the next couple of weeks. And if you guys would like to do so above game, that would mean we'll skip ahead 2 weeks, and we will repair the house in the meantime.
Wait, sorry, what were the things? One, the house shifts because it can hear you.
Haunted
2,
toilet,
there's a bad clog.
whispering in the servant quarters, invasive species in the woodshed, and the house can talk. Those are the 4 issues that he brought up.
Are any of those things that we can help with
Are-
before you get started?
Those are actually things
Or
you
are
could
there
work
any
on during the downtime too, as little like side scenes while everything else is going on.
What was that
When you
last
say
one?
invasive species, what do you mean by that?
He's not sure. He just heard some weird chittering coming from the woodshed.
I can help you look at that.
While you're working on the house, you may see a very large ginger cat. They may be angry sometimes. That's just Eddie. He's the supervisor. It's okay.
That's
The
okay.
big
I have a
master
cat as
bedroom
well.
says.
I love them very much.
Oh, okay. Just bring him snacks. He'll be happy.
Of course, we got some treats at home. I'll bring them in tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess Ronnie will try to talk to the house and just be like, yeah, we're cool. Is this okay? Do you mind if we're trying to
Do
work
you
with
mind if we rearrange your insides?
Is this like a house patty patty?
Oh, gross.
I think possibly they phrase it exactly like that. Like I don't know which of if some of these walls or rooms are important to you or if you just want to be sound and structural. But if you feel strongly about any of these areas, we can work with that.
The house, you can tell, seems very protective of the chapel, especially, but so it might need some convincing to let any sort of mage tower be built in there. But as soon as Kel mentions the thing about rearranging its insides, it drops a chandelier to bonk him on the head and then pulls it back up.
Deserved.
Yeah, I don't know why you said that. That's fine. We could look, if Oz wants a mage tower, we can find another place. I don't think there's any reason the chapel needs to be changed if you're not comfortable with that.
The house sort of shifts a little bit as if considering this.
Regardless, you don't have to make that choice right now. For now, we want to make mostly changes to these bedroom areas, if that's okay with you.
It sort of like moves some fixtures up and down as if to say, yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
You get the sense, Ronnie, from talking to it a few times now that it's a genuinely genial person, and you're not entirely sure if it's just being playful when it's being flirtatious or if it actually means it. There could be some ambiguity there. But in general, the house seems to be happy that you guys are there. It doesn't seem like an antagonistic relationship. It's just more like some sort of lingering enchantment from the magic that's left over is your best bet. But
I feel like this is Ronnie's like nat 20s the first time we got here. Paying off. Yeah, no, I heard you. I know I got you. It's okay.
It's weird.
What?
My OneNote that I keep all my D&D notes on just crashed.
Oh, God, I thought you meant what I was saying, and I was like, I thought that was fine.
No, what you said was nonsense. I can't understand it. It's all gospel. No, it just crashed. I don't know why. I'm just opening up my windows again. It's still crashing.
Well, if this is going to take a few weeks, does that mean we're headed back to Jarek Spawn for a little, grand tour finale?
We could take Delia
Wonder
back.
Sweet will miss us.
We need to talk to Yorick anyway. Yeah, what?
Yorkus.
True.
Also, maybe the pirates have been cleared out and we get our statue back.
Ah, yeah. That thing's kind of sentimental now, isn't it? And valuable. More importantly.
Sent valuable.
Ronnie doesn't get it.
Okay, so the question is whether you guys want to head back to Jarek Spawn for a bit or chill out here.
Yeah, I feel like... I mean, there's definitely more to do in Jarek Spawn. We should probably check on the council that we left there without much supervision besides, Grandma Yorkus.
Grandma Yorkus.
And... yeah. I have a letter to send.
Oh, there is the Dingo before you guys go is going to remind you guys that between him and Johan, he's going to help start setting up mail service. So basically the way that's going to work is normal mail service that would go into Hollow's End is going to they're going to send a brief stop to at your guys' place. So mail will be delivered there.
Actually, I'm sorry. I did forget a thing that Ronnie's going to do, which is find the mass grave in the woods and just try to do a respectful, right to sort of respect everyone that got killed by the people that lived here.
Okay, using your cleric senses, you're able to locate the mass grave, and there is. I mean, these are long dead bodies over like 100 years, but there are a pit of bodies, skeletons mostly now, that are there, and you do get a sense of negative energy emanating from them, the hatred that with which they died.
I'm sorry for the means of your passing. This, you did not deserve this. No one could have. If you need resolution, I can meet you here for it. If you seek peace, I would give that to you to go forward and find new places.
Okay.
And I think that when they say go forward and find new places, they specifically are also thinking of, like, dang it, what's his name?
Yarg?
No. What's the god?
Nometary?
Oh,
It's been
yeah.
so long.
Nometary.
Yeah. Who's and they are like specifically thinking of like the peace that could be found by moving into a new stage or moving on.
Yeah, the idea of like transitioning and moving and being a transitory
and finding
wanderer.
Peace through that.
Make a wisdom save.
We can say that Way is probably nearby if you want a +4.
You have to tell me if Way would have come with Ronnie when they were like, I'm gonna go find the mass grave and try to deal with that.
That doesn't sound right. You get the
I feel like
sense. You get the sense
Sorry.
that there's a presence watching you, but you aren't able to tune in on it.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna use one of my inspirations.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Because this feels important.
Okay, you feel, and then once it is felt, you see emerging from the trees nearby, you see Nometary there watching you. Saying nothing, keeping a respectful distance about 50 feet away, but watching you. His sort of like half there translucent presence, cloaked and sort of holding on to like a shepherd's crook almost. Just sort of standing and just sort of gives the faintest nod too.
I think they give the nod back and then just wrap up.
When you are praying before and reaching out to these spirits, you get the sense that there's nothing. Their spirits are at such a low level of anger that they've lost almost all their humanity. They're literally little more than sort of like biting crocodiles in a pit, for lack of a better metaphor. They are sort of like their spirits and consciousness have been reduced to just being like feeling nothing but anger. They're all sort of like a twisted tail of vipers together. You get the sense that you would need to use some sort of cleansing ritual to somehow aid them. It might not be very difficult to do, but they certainly are not at a level of consciousness where words alone can help them reach the next plane.
Can I get the sense do I feel like I have anything that could help, like if a gentle repose or a calm emotions?
Actually, I'll let you choose. You can make an intelligence or wisdom save here.
Oh, which do we think? +2 or -1? Oh wait, sorry. Did you say save? You said save.
Correct.
Or did you just say check?
I said save. Wait, I don't remember. What kind of thing are we doing right now? regardless, you get the sense that by reciting one of the prayers that you've learned to those that remain and asking those that remain to help them transition to the next stage of existence, such as it is, you'll be able to use your just natural holiness to help this happen. That's just part of being a cleric. But because if you allow yourself to sort of channel Nometary, since he's so close on this, you'll be able to do this with advantage. And all it will take is a religion roll with advantage.
You use another point of inspiration.
Okay.
Do I get advantage on that again, or just
Yes,
one
you
more
will.
roll?
You will. He's still there. Okay.
Oh
With
my
the
God.
16, it's funny that you have a -1 in religion. That's hilarious.
Can I have given myself guidance after feeling it go poorly the first time?
It's good. You got it. You got it.
Okay.
So at this point, you're going to channel a bit with Nomentary, and you feel most of the religious power coming from him. It's actually a little bit shocking because you can see him barely like putting in an effort, and still his power is overwhelming, even as one of those that remain. And a white light like a serpent almost encircles the grave, and you can see the individual spirits turning into like less accursed versions of themselves, and sort of floating upward and sort of rising in the same way that the previous brothers and sisters in the house had. And you can feel them passing on. Nometary will nod and turn away from you and begin to leave.
I think Ronnie just watches them go, and then turns once they're out of sight. Turns back and returns to the house.
Okay. Okay, so there's some other stuff that we need to resolve too. So let's say that as you guys are getting this all settled, you decide that at present what you guys are going to do is either stay here and get your mail and business done and send for Yorkus, or go back to Jarek Spawn and see Yorkus. Regardless of which, you can decide tomorrow. You spend one more night in the house in various places where you feel safe, either in Ronnie's room. Probably not, because there's probably construction stuff around. But you could also use the chapel, etc., other places, regardless of where you spend that particular night. During the night, you guys are suddenly actually, let's do an intelligence save, full party intelligence save.
Are we doing like a one big bed thing so that everybody can get the +4?
Yeah, let's say wherever you are, you're within Way's radius right now. Okay, so far it looks like Oz and Way, you both remember that Kiki is still in the basement. And so you guys go down and check on him, and he seems perfectly fine and curled up by some mushrooms. And he says, "Oh, my friends, you're back." You guys sort of explain to him what the general gist is of what you guys are doing with the house. And he says, "Ah, perfect. I shall stay down here and wait for further instruction. I believe something was on my mind. But it was so long ago. Give me some time. Come visit me again, and perhaps I'll have remembered." It seems something is weighing on him, but he has forgotten what exactly it was. It seems to have something to do with when he was trying to find you guys, sort of like after he ditched the Terrabane armor underground. But he doesn't really know right now. He's sort of having like either a brain fart or just maybe this is some limitation of his own brain. You're not really sure how Megalothari work. So regardless, as you guys are asleep one night or heading to bed, Ronnie, I need you to make a con save.
Well,
Hmm.
are we in one big bed?
Yes.
Wow.
Natural
Oh, no!
1.
No.
Ronnie, you take
Oof.
a level of exhaustion. Everyone else around you sees you writhe and cry out in pain.
I writhe and cry out in pain.
Can we
Ronnie,
wake
are you
Ronnie up?
okay?
What happened? What's up?
Ronnie, in the recesses of your mind, you know something is wrong, and that you know that something is happening to you. I need you to make a wisdom save to see if you understand what's happening.
Oh.
You get the sense that you are going through mild withdrawal symptoms. It has been just enough time now that the Mega Blood that you previously took is leaving your system completely. And you are sensing that there is Mega Blood nearby, not just the one vial in your inventory that you got from Nautilus's collection, but also it seems like there is a new sense of coming of a second presence of it. Not to mention the veritable font of Mega Blood currently in your cellar.
Does one of you have Megalothari blood?
I think we used the rest of it a while ago. Why?
Can I tell
sure
where
it
it's
looks
coming
like-
from?
Yes, you can. You get the sense that it is coming from Way.
I look right at Way.
Are
It-
you
I'm-
okay?
What is that? What do you have? What? They
What?
start fully just like sniffing at Way.
Oh,
Inside your head, Way, you feel Fabian pull at one of your neurons, being like, "Say nothing, deny it. We need to discuss this."
what? Yeah, this is just Waylon just out loud, just, what?
Shh! Don't give it away. They don't know we have.
No,
it.
he's saying to Ronnie, what? Like,
I know, but
what are you-
Fabian
what?
doesn't know that.
Wait, I can smell it. Where did you find more blood?
I have blood? What?
Why do you
Is it
want
the
Way's
fake?
blood?
He has
You still have the
Megalothari
fake on
blood.
you?
He has Megalothari blood.
Finn's also looking at him in a way.
Hot.
Can you tell if it's on him or in him?
Is it in you? I don't think it can be in you. Can it be in you?
You're looking in
Ronnie
Way's
is saying-
mouth.
Is it on his clothes or something?
Is it? Did you get some on you? Why do you?
I-
Why do you smell like this?
Think of something.
Maybe I don't know what you're on. I don't know. Maybe I could take a shower or something when the plumbing's back up.
Why do you want the Megalothari blood, Ronnie? Are you...
Yeah, what's do you
Don't
can I-
want it. I feel bad, and I'm very aware of everywhere it is. Actually, someone should take the other one that I have right now.
That Finn will take it.
Good. You hear Fabian say in your head. So
Can Ronnie try to use the friendship bracelet to hear that? To like hear, because Way's bad at this.
No, because you wouldn't be aware. It would require metagame knowledge for you to know that Fabian
Okay,
is saying
fair.
anything in particular, because that would be retroactively
I can roll a
known.
deception check to see if Wei's face is giving anything away, but I'm gonna warn you now. I have plus
No.
12.
No, you already got away with it because Finn was on your side and changed the conversation. I was right about to it, but I'm paying close attention. Trust me. So,
I'm sorry. I feel sick. I'm sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. I think something's wrong with me. I think I need to rest.
Yeah, take all the time you need.
Go
You
lay-
need like a water skin or something to eat, Ronnie?
Lay down. I'll give you a massage. I'll give you some heals. Maybe that'll make you feel better, and you can actually like sleep.
Considering I think that Ronnie might have been up like a bunch of the evening trying to make the picnic happen, they're like, yeah, I think that must be it. I'm sorry. Wait, I'm so sorry. That was uncalled for. You don't deserve that.
that's right.
Yeah, Wei just like shrugs, like, yeah, whatever. It's chill. You're just tweaking. We'll get you some pickles later. And then he starts like digging his elbows into Ronnie's back to
Can
try and
I-
undo the knots.
Can I say that because Finn sort of is familiar with Wei's mannerisms? Can I just insight check that real quick?
Yeah, wait, roll deception and then Finn roll insight, and we'll do it.
Okay, I'm playing with some high stats here. I'm aware.
Yeah, you
Yep.
definitely know he's lying about something. They don't know particularly what, and that doesn't
Okay.
necessarily mean, you want to call him out. You can choose whether or not you want to.
Yeah, no,
just-
she's just clocking it.
Yeah, she's clocking it and saying, but in your head, you're like, something's up.
Ronnie goes to sleep feeling terrible for having accused their friend.
Yeah, you already took a level of exhaustion from what you just felt, and but that'll go away because you're getting some sleep anyway. But
Yeah, and I don't think it'll do anything, but mechanically lay on hands, you can give 5 hit points to cure the target of a disease or neutralize a poison. I don't think Wei fully gets what's going on. Like, he realizes, like, oh, Ronnie's becoming addicted to Megalothari blood, maybe not instantly, but that's what he's trying.
so wait, what are the things it can neutralize? I want to see if this applies to this homebrew
Here.
thing.
I can copy it. I could also just, like, share the thing in my character sheet, but nah. Low tech, low school, old school.
Disease or poison. I don't think this necessarily. Oh no! Now I'm gonna get like called out for not saying that addiction is a disease. This is a game. The
Cancelled.
things I say in this
No,
aren't
yeah. I
real.
don't think I don't think that mechanically this could do something, but no, with Wei's understanding, he doesn't fully get what's going on. He has an
Right.
inkling, so he's just like, fuck it, I'll try. Deep tissue massage, go.
I choose you.
Okay, so yeah, it doesn't. You don't know if it does anything. Ronnie still looks exhausted. Okay, so at this point, Fabian's gonna say inside your head, Wei, once they're all asleep, come talk to me. Someplace discreet. Maybe that haunted bathroom.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, everyone goes back to sleep, getting the benefits of a long rest. In the meantime, there is let's see. There's one thing I want to check in on, which is Did you guys, Kel or Oz, go check out what the invasive species was out back? Or would you like
I think
to?
Oddish is BRB right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh,
see
yeah.
if Oz would have remembered. Oh, Oz is totally going to go poke it with a stick.
Okay, so let's say Kel and Oz go out back to the shed to check out what's going on back there. And as soon as you get close, you hear a bunch of chittering and then silence. Oz, how would you like to proceed?
Oz would like to use his Kenku abilities to mimic the chittering.
Okay, you perfectly mimic the chittering that you heard. And suddenly you hear a lot more shuffling. And then from the cracks in a window, you see the glinting of a bunch of eyes seemingly stacked on top of each other, staring back at you. Now frozen in fear.
Oz just presses his face against the glass. This might be a new pet, like hands up. It just makes the noise back at them. I'm sure this isn't terrifying to them or anything.
There's no glass, it's just shattered now. It's just like open panes and stuff like that. As soon as you get close, they all sort of scramble and move back, but you can see them still inside, now crouched and hiding. But in the dark, you have dark vision, don't you?
Nope, for whatever
Oh,
reason,
right, you have
Kenkus don't have them.
You have torch vision. Is your torch out right now? I assume it would be since you'd be in the dark, right?
Yeah, he'd probably have his lantern.
Right. So as you get close, make a perception check to see if you can see what they are as you get close before they scattered. This is a family of raccoons who have taken up a residence inside your woodshed.
Oz just like gasps, putting his little hands on his cheeks, stars in his eyes. Hi, friend. I have snacks for you. And he just, is pulling probably stale now treats from his grandmother out of his bag and throwing them at him.
They back up in fright, but then one of the smaller ones starts sniffing and immediately starts grabbing. Now it's a total battle for these things, and the other ones start crawling up closer to you, trying to get whatever you've got. Now realizing it's not bad.
Oz would just totally just keep throwing snacks at them to appease his new friends.
Kel's gonna turn.
What he thinks are his friends.
Kel's gonna turn to you. It's like, if you feed them, they'll keep coming back.
That's the point.
At this point, the mystery
live here.
The mystery of the chittering sounds has been solved, and it seems like the Oz's animal thralls have grown by 8 raccoons probably.
I just need you to know, Short, that that was the GIF in the side chat.
Yes.
It was?
The raccoons.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This may or may not be inspired by Owl's real life.
Yep.
Do feed a lot of raccoons.
It's true. Cute ones too. We started getting raccoons back the other day. I had a crab rangoon from the Chinese place, and I threw it to it, and it ran away. I was very scared. It's like, what are you throwing at me? Like, I thought
A
it would
crab
be
raccoon?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want.
Cannibalism.
I got forest raccoons. They're very polite and actually fear people.
Yeah. That's
Aw.
mine. My backyard is also forest adjacent too. We mostly get deer though these days, anyway. But I showed Ink. We had a recording the other night of coyotes. You could hear them all. It was pretty
Spooky.
crazy. Yeah. Okay, so that solves that. Wei, do you want to talk to Fabian, or are you going to save that for another time?
Yeah, no, I want to talk to Fabian.
Okay,
Especially if he's done this before, it sounds like.
after the um after the others go to sleep, I'm scrolling for Kel's.
Passive perception.
I'm just double checking it. Okay, can you roll a? Yeah, Kel. There were raccoons in the shed, and Oz fed them.
Ooh.
You also went with him, and I had you say, they'll stay if we feed them, and he's like, "That's the point." Okay, so everyone's asleep now, or going to sleep, and please roll a stealth way with advantage from Fabian. Okay, with advantage. Okay, you make it out without anyone noticing, because their passive perceptions, I think Kel's is at the highest at 18. So you make it outside, and you go sort of to the alcove where you guys went before, or you could go to the haunted toilet, whichever you prefer.
I think I am going to go to the haunted toilet.
Okay, you go not too far away to the haunted toilet, which is between the bedroom hallway and the main hallway. You go inside, and as soon as you shut the door, the toilet seems to shift a little bit, like the lid is moving, but it's trying not to act like it's excited. All right.
Toilet mimic, please be chill.
It sort of shudders as if it's upset that you already called it out on its game. At this point, Fabian's going to appear and prestidigitate atop the toilet, sitting on it like he's doing the thinker pose. All right. So, we've gotten away with it. We've got everything we need to take our power to the next level. What say we drink it down? If we wait any longer, that bugbear is going to come sniffing, and who knows what could happen.
Now, before I start chugging,
Mm-hmm.
you'll have to forgive me. What the fuck was that out there? Is that normal?
Is what normal? None of this has been normal.
Okay, but you made it sound like you've done this before with your ex, so the jitters. Fine? Normal? To be
Oh,
expected?
I'm sorry if I misled you in some way, but when I was together with my ex, I haven't told you her name, have I?
No.
Now, perhaps you've been so trusting of me, perhaps I should return the favor. My ex, her name is Priscilla. But, and I almost hate to say this, but she prefers to go by Prissy. I prefer to think of her
Crispy
as
Godcat.
Prissy Sweetfeather is her name. And you might wonder, does she live up to her name? Well, in some ways, yes. In others, quite the no. But back when I knew her, this is embarrassing for me, all right? And so I'm letting... I need you to take this seriously, he says, perched atop a haunted toilet. All right. Priscilla has a way of manipulating men, or gods in my case, in such a way that they feel obligated or willing to give her a share of their power. When she was under my care, let's say, she did not require any sort of source of mega blood, as I bestowed upon her a small portion of divinity, let's say. But
so
of course,
she's not like the other godkin, or is that
well, she wasn't at the
later?
time, but what I'm also sort of getting at is after our breakup, I sort of, well, she fought back. I tried to take, like in any breakup, there are things that you give to your ex and then you suddenly want back. Well, some of my power made its way into her, and she didn't want to give it back. And as a result, I sort of, well, found myself on the receiving end of a bad breakup. And because of that, I felt she'd stolen a bit of my powers from me, and I felt that I was at my weakest, and could only really conjure myself fully at a place that of, devout worship to me, hence where we met at that chapel in Bumblefuck Nowhere. Regardless,
That explains a lot.
being far from me, and me having a new suitor, as it were, in you, I, well, I would have to imagine that she got sick of not having as much power as she once did when we were together. So she's most likely found herself a new beau, and probably has found herself someone who can either supply her with Mega Blood or get some other way that she can get power. But if she's as much a godkin as the rest and is as Mega Blood infused as the others, I'm assuming are, gods, it would be frightening if there were other sources of power out there too. Yes, I suppose it's logical to think that, yes, I had been with her when she started some sort of Mega Blood addiction, but no, that's not correct. I had never really, truly, outside of, some passing familiarity with Megalithari and perhaps, just drinking their blood at normal table manners at the table of the gods, other than that, no, I don't have a lot of experience with how it affects mortals, I'm afraid, outside of Nautilus, which we learned together. But forgive me for misleading you if that was the case.
So I take that we have no idea what happened.
No, that's not true. Your friend seems to be perfectly fine. A little bit hungry for the stuff, but I can't imagine anyone who had tasted power like that wouldn't be hungry. I mean, we saw what happened to Nautilus, but he was a less stable man than you. I would imagine that if you were to take it, because of my power, such addictions wouldn't even happen.
I'm gonna insight that.
Sure, go ahead. It seems like he's telling the truth.
What do you have in mind? Just take it now?
Glug it down. Soon we'll have access to a new suite of powers. If the others ask about it, say that you and I had a fight and made up. We did a full mental battle inside your head, and then you came out all the stronger. The more lavish it is, the more it sounds like me.
Alright. Fuck it. We ball. And I pop the cork.
Fabian watches hungrily as you guzzle the stuff down. It kind of tastes like black licorice.
I actually don't hate the taste of black licorice.
Well, then you'll love
Here, I'll roll
Malort.
for whack.
Ugh.
Yeah, way gags.
How dare you
Oh,
even
it tastes like Malort.
say that word.
And I'm gonna drop the bottle down the toilet.
Okay. you drop the bottle down the toilet and it just gets immediately clogged, but then the toilet starts chomping on it and it just shatters it into a million pieces. You back away
You're a
as
bro, toilet mimic.
it just sort of lunges at you.
I assume the
Ah.
house doesn't tell me about this.
The house is asleep. So as you drink it, you're like, this seems okay. And then suddenly you feel it racing through every one of your molecules. All of your cells are being overtaken by this stuff. It starts to flood and dissipate, and you feel yourself like vibrating.
Oh god, it's up my nose.
Yes, let it take over you. This is wonderful. Why, I feel positively godly. This is... Oh, Wei, you've made me so happy. He jumps forward, and suddenly the walls inside the bathroom crack a little bit, and Fabian looks around like,
Whoa.
"Ooh, I couldn't do that before. How neat!" He points at a dead plant in a vase, and it explodes. Cool. This is great. Thank you so
Fabian.
much.
Fabian. Chill.
Right.
I
right.
get this is cool. Chill.
Okay. I'm totally cool, baby. Everything's righteous now. Oh, what fun we're going to have. I absolutely... Thank you, Wei. Thank you for trusting me. Oh, wait, I forgot. Your reward. Let me see here if I can conjure up something positively spectacular for you. You start to feel like magic culminating all around you. It does feel like some sort of divine magic, something you're familiar with as a paladin, but it feels like when you're using divine magic, it's like opening, like it's like turning on a faucet, and it like you're shooting out a spurt of water, basically. And in this, it feels like Fabian is pulling, like he's harnessing the power of like a rushing river right now of holy magic, and it begins to like sort of swamp you a little bit. But at first, it feels a little bit weird, but you eventually you feel something emanating from your hands, and you look down and you see what appears to be like a golden lance in your hands. And when you look at it, you realize it looks like strangely modular, like some sort of crazy magical dwarven thing. And Fabian is looking at it giddily. Ooh, look at it! It's like a transformer! Check it out! He grabs the lance, and he bends it in half like he's breaking it. You immediately wince like he's ruining this thing he just made. But then he transforms it, bends it into a bow, like not a ribbon, but an archery bow. And the point of the lance has become like a magical golden arrow, basically. Check it out. You can use it from ranged or up close. Pretty neat, right?
Whoa.
Oh, and I forgot the best part. Here, conjure your ability to use that paladin nonsense on the edge of this tip of this blade here.
Just on the tip?
Yes, darling, just the tip.
Is he talking about channel divinity, or is he talking smite?
He's talking about using the same part of your psyche that you use to conjure smites onto this.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I concentrate on the tip, and I, will a smite.
As it happens, the thing seems to absorb and glow with its power. Look at that. A hit with this weapon, and you will be able to automatically smite. Isn't that neat? It's also a magic weapon. Pretty cool. But I will warn you, however, that, Mega Blood is a limited resource, so don't go too crazy with this thing, or we might need to find more. Luckily for us, we have a big juice box in the basement now. We'll just stick a straw and Kiki, and we'll be ready to go.
That's fucked up, man.
What? No! We've been doing it for centuries. It's just the way of things. For every god, there needs to be a worm, and so on and so forth. It's just the way of the world.
Yeah, but he's got like a name. He talks. He was picking mushrooms with us yesterday.
Well, we could do it ethically or something, like we hit him over the head and do it while he's asleep.
Dude,
What? I said ethically.
saying ethically and then describing non-ethical things is not ethical.
Okay, well, I don't know about your human morality, but that's definitely how we would have done things, where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. We ask
how's
him politely, and then get a clean syringe.
so this? I gesture to. Is the weapon in my hands or in his?
As soon as you reach out for it, it disappears from his hands and appears in yours.
This is only special occasions.
Well, depends how much blood you'd like to drink.
Believe it or not, I'm not a black licorice kind of guy.
Fine, fine. Well then, yes, only special occasions. But I thank you. I feel much more powerful now. It's nice to get a little taste here and there of what I once was. I don't need all that power, of course, but just have a little bit of it. Well, it's comforting in a way. I thought perhaps Chrissy, she stole it away forever, but I guess it can be replenished. And without having to do anything crazy. That's quite lovely. Thank you, Wei.
Yeah. By the way, give me whatever shit you want for our room. I've got some ideas. Definitely game table, chairs, liquor cabinet, but that's your half of the room. If there's anything else you want me to ask about, just say
Oh,
it.
darling, my room is inside your skull. I've already decorated it.
I don't know what that means.
You picture inside your head there is a little Fabian is literally nailing a picture like a stitching that says "Home Sweet Home" like into the wall of your brain meat. Like, perfect. So homey.
And now I have a headache. Good night.
All right, I'm gonna give you. Okay, I'm gonna give you the stat block for this. And I need you to do something for me, Ruthie. I need you to keep track of.
That's a big ask. Already.
Okay, never mind. I'll do it for you.
But keep track
I mean-
of what?
It's too late now.
No.
I mean, I can try, but I might. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Let me go over here, but that's the end of that situation. The next day you guys can you get the benefits of a long rest, and you can also decide what you guys would like to do, whether you guys would like to head back to town with Delia and perhaps Dvork, or if you guys would like to stay here, send them, do some other stuff around the house, have any important conversations you want to have, or anything like that. But yeah, in the next 2 weeks, the house will be put into working order. They'll put up mail service and all sort of that sort of thing. So yeah, however you'd like to handle this next part is up to you, because it will be part of your downtime. And you can certainly discuss a pitch amongst yourselves, what things might be good. And
Do we want to just take a vote? Head to town, stay here?
Yeah. Question. We don't have a working mail situation yet, right?
I think we just started it technically, because now when Tequisils come to Hollow's End, they're going to also have a pit stop here at the mansion.
Right.
Okay, so we've been added to the mail route, essentially.
Exactly. And once you guys have are registered as a guild, you'll be able to sign up for a, potentially getting a Tequasil. What's the word? Aviary, I guess. Like a bird cage for basically Tequasils to live in, so that you can house some here in case you want to send off missives and stuff like that, which should speed up travel of mail and also give you guys even more pets, which I know you love.
All right. Stay here, gang. Who raises their hands?
Okay, sounds like everyone wants to go back to Jarek's spot.
Yeah, I think Wayne's just
unanimous.
eyeing Ronnie. Just, are you sure you want to travel?
Ronnie, are you muted? Is Ree busy?
Right.
Mm,
Not that I am aware of.
yeah.
Maybe the mic stopped working. Ree, if you can hear us, type something in the game chat. Okay.
Ruh-roh.
Maybe
boy.
something happens.
Oh my god,
She
Ronnie
stepped
passed
away
out.
for a second.
I just saw her mic light up.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lighting up, but there's no sound.
Yeah, can't hear you, Ree.
Ray, do you want to pop out and then pop back in? Sometimes that can reset things.
It's weird she's not typing in the chat, though.
Maybe internet?
Or
Oh,
when
well.
she popped off the Discord chat?
Yeah, sometimes if I lose internet, it takes a few minutes to actually pop off, but
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's just continue on, and we'll retcon anything else. Okay, so we'll say that, like, you guys head back towards Jarek spawn. You easily dispatch any creatures that are in your way. Most things are afraid of you now, and you've cleared out most of the what do you call it? The beasties who live along the way, like the hornets and stuff like that, and some tree ants, I think there were
Halfway through the trip back, Waylon just like, there was complete silence and then he finally pops up. So I should probably warn you all. I have heard my sister may be coming to Jarek's Bond, and I'm just gonna apologize in advance.
so that's a bad thing. Then
Not great.
I mean, you don't have to share more about it if you don't want to, but what are we looking forward to?
Saf is a lot. Well, I'm just gonna put it like that. She's a lot. He looks at Finn. Be careful.
Finn, make an intelligence save.
yeah, I was gonna say, is that enough? Intelligence, my favorite. It's never above a 10.
Oh,
it's
but
never
plus
above
4.
a 10. Like,
But +4. It's a 14.
Okay, so you're like, Saf, that's weird. That chick who was always bothering you when you were trying to do open mics was also named Sapphire. That's such a dumb name. I can't believe 2 people have it.
Is that all I get? That's...
I mean, you can feel free to come to that conclusion on your own, or you could ask Way about it.
What? What is your sister?
What do you mean? She's
Like-
my sister. She's a hellspawn.
Okay, the Hellspawn comment makes her triangulated a little closer together, I think. Like me, like a performer.
Yeah, Waze. You just see Way just start to nervously sweat. Yeah.
She like grabs him on the arm. It's not, no. Like Sapphire?
Just nervously nods.
It all comes crawling back to you. This woman who was harassing you, constantly talking shit throughout your bardic performances on the way down from Mysticport to Guildford, that was Way's sister?
That bitch.
Yes, that is one of her nicknames. Yes, that is my shitty sister.
It's like the fact that she's Way's sister is less of the concern than the fact that she's here, because it's like, no, this is my turf. I already started here.
Started from the bottom, now you're here. I mean, you don't know if she's here or not yet, but Way has been led to believe that she might be en route, at least in his general direction, based on the
Yeah.
past thing he just got.
She has not let go of Way's arm, and now the entire rest of the trip is her asking Way questions. Why is she coming? What did she say? Like,
I haven't seen her in about a year, and she's needy. I told her to stay away. She never listens.
yeah, no kidding. Poser stealing my fucking tricks.
Is that canon? Or is that just her perception?
That's what you told me.
Is it? Nah, I can't trust you when
Uh-huh.
you said that I said. I'm not even gonna. You almost got me. You almost got me. I'm not falling
I
for
got the
anything.
receipts.
All right.
Yeah, Way's just like, oh, so you have met her. Good, yeah.
Yeah, right. Wait, you think back to, like, as a child, you just learned how to do, like, the disappearing thumb trick with your thumb, and Sapphire sees it and immediately starts showing people and calling it, like, the Sapphire surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're like, damn it. She's still doing it, even after all these years.
Well, this is just great.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it either.
Well, I'll have to perform again. I'll have to do something. This is she's like simultaneously like somehow weirdly motivated now again.
You want to perform with her in town.
Yeah, you know, as a show of fuck off.
It's a show of fuck off.
That'll go great.
Yeah, and
Way
you
says
know,
that, and he's shaking his head.
yeah, obviously, and you can help me just to, you know, rub some salt in the wound. That'll be fun, right? That's
Well, we can discuss that. We certainly can.
yeah, we have to find a good costume and
Yep, costume is
already
must.
plotting.
Oh my god. Okay, so eventually you guys make your way to Jarek Spawn, and head. Where would you actually like to go first? I'll let you guys decide.
To Yorkis, probably.
Okay.
Should we check on the B team, make sure they're okay too?
Yeah.
Okay. So which would you like to do first?
It makes sense to do B team first because they're on the way to York.
Okay, so you guys go over to the Squawking Sailor, assuming that's where everyone still is. You're immediately greeted by Paulie and Tavian, who start babbling excitedly about everything that's happened since you've been gone. Most of it is petty and is of no real use, but they're very excited about it. And they begin to point fingers at one another, arguing about the best way to make potatoes. This has apparently become a long-standing argument between them. Fabian thinks that the best way is to do oven roasted, and Polly is convinced that the only way to truly make a potato sing is by French frying them. And they've been having this argument. It seems like every day, based on how fervent they are about it, and they're demanding that Ronnie, as mayor, weigh in on this. But I guess
no,
Ree's
wait,
not
Ree
here.
back yet?
Mayoral duties.
Did Ree respond to my message? Now I'm worried. I hope she's okay. Oh well.
I will text her.
Yeah, I already texted her once, but maybe you should
Okay.
too. It says her notifications are silenced. I did that thing where it's like you push it through anyway. Anyway, we'll move off of Mayor Ronnie stuff for now. Sorry, Oz.
Well, Ronnie isn't present. Oz joins the argument that twice baked are the best.
This creates a new front runner in the competition. They begin to argue and start immediately making potatoes. Meanwhile, Wondrous Lychee is just still there, looking older and older with each passing day, as she doesn't know how she's gotten saddled with taking care of these people. Tuck is nowhere to be seen, but the others say he's probably out, getting domestic with his girlfriend. He spends most of his time there. Tonka is also with them, most likely. You see Slythe coming in for lunch, and he greets you all. Ah, there's you are. I was wondering where you guys went. Come on, tip back a pint with me. He starts offering to buy you guys some drinks.
Hell yeah.
From these guys you learn Astrid isn't there right now. Apparently she's off on a fishing voyage with your shifter friend Edgar, who's on his tugboat right now. And it seems those two have been just like making money doing fishing runs. Him feeling a little bit more comfortable with her to protect him. And they say that they have turned one of the rooms in the mayor's mansion into a makeshift council chamber. There's been some aggressive members of the Firebeards who are still trying to post up and claim it as their spot, but at this point there seems to be an uneasy truce between them as they realize that they're not really accomplishing anything. And Yorkis gave a big speech about how he's trying to help this town, which includes them, and that made them shut up for a little while. But if you'd like to, is there anything else you want to do at Squawking Sailor before we go over to meet Yorkis? Okay. So,
Oh, I forgot. He's like shacked up in the mansion, right?
yeah, pretty much. He still has his own apartment, but they've been doing their council meeting inside the mayor's manor.
Gotcha.
So you come in and Yorkis greets you and runs over and hugs everybody. My friends, thank you all for making it back in one piece. Things have been a little bit hectic here, but I hope you come bearing good news.
We're not homeless. We're just house poor.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
big
I see.
difference.
So, you've managed to secure the house?
What, like it's hard?
Well, it might be for most people, but I guess not. Congratulations! This means with the formal residence, we'll be able to start setting up a guild. That is, of course, if that is still your want.
I think so. We're pretty all in
Yeah.
from what I've heard.
So Hula Guild.
Okay. So, the name of the guild will be the Sahooligans? Or Sahula Guild?
Sahula
Or-
Guild.
Yes.
Okay. And that will be able to make it distinct between you guys as the Sahooligans and the Sahula Guild as your overarching faction. Right?
There, yeah. Yeah, you're picking it up.
Alright. Very well. Well, in order to make this a formal guild, we will need to have some paperwork taken care of. But mainly, the thing that I'm concerned about is taking care of your debt. So I've done some bookkeeping for you, and I've discovered that it seems as though some of your debt was ridiculous, imposed by the Firebeards. Some of the Firebeards nearby are grumbling at the shadow. And I've managed to take care of that. However, there is still the matter of the money that you spent at the Yoho Chateau and additional spending that you did for your pets, your alcohol habit, healing potions, antitoxins, additional shopping for members of the party. I hate to be the bearer
How
of
much are we
bad.
talking?
It seems that you are currently in debt for 5,263 gold.
What?
Huh.
May I remind us all we were $137,000 gold in debt.
Yes, that's correct.
Right, but that was always bullshit.
Correct.
Mhm. I'm just putting it in perspective.
Fair. I guess if we each fork up about a 1,000, then that's that, right?
This is
We'd
like
each need to
going
pay-
places with my dad.
Once again, your dad sounds awesome.
Wait, so we were 137,000 in debt. How much did the statue
It
net
was like
us in profit?
75,000 when we
Uh,
got it.
Well,
Technically, they charged us for the statue twice. Because they didn't just take it away from our budget, they also charged us for it.
And then they charged us the you lied about the statue fee, which was like half the statue.
yes. Well, there has been an additional issue with the statue.
Of course there is.
Because initially, the adventuring guild, the Silverton family, the merchants guild based out of Guildford, who the person that the statue is made of, Odie, he was your initial client when you were working for the guild out of Guildford, and he was the one who was in charge of delivering the statue here so that he could use it as a down payment. Long story short, you got shipwrecked, and there was the whole thing with the statue being stolen by the Firebeards. But under all that time, everyone was under the assumption that the statue did rightfully belong to you. Now that word has spread that the Godkin in charge of Jerixbon is no longer in the picture, the Silverton Guild have revoked their previous stance that finders keepers and are now making legal claims that the statue belongs to them, as they were the ones who commissioned it, and it was in their son's possession at the time of his death. They are referring to you lot as pirates who have stolen the statue, but they have humbly and graciously offered to forgo any such legal action against you personally, shall you merely sign over all ownership of the statue to them.
If
And
it
your laws
wasn't
just
theirs,
allow
we wouldn't have
people,
to sign anything.
right? And your laws just allow people to flip flop on things like that.
And are there no finders keepers laws? Because the original owner died, and technically we salvaged it from an abandoned island.
Yeah,
Yes.
they didn't lay claim to it.
True.
They also didn't lug it across the ocean.
Well, it was their sailing vessel that initially sent it, but regardless, they have a strong legal backing and are willing to take this to court. And it depends on whether or not you guys would like to fight for it, but regardless, that money cannot currently be counted amongst yours to spend, because there is also the chance that they will they'll lay claim to it, or use your expedited nature to try to make use of it as some sort of proof that you are robbing them. I personally would hate to see this guild get off on the wrong foot by upsetting one of the merchants' guilds, and I think, as shitty as it would be, perhaps letting them have their way here could avoid a prolonged legal battle, and allow you to be in good standing with them and the city of Jerixbon. I'd hate to be part of some sort of boondoggle called Mayor Ronnie's Trade War, or something like that. But that's the state of things. As soon as news spread of Nautilus's death, they were quick to call their previous statement on the matter a forgery, with copious, perhaps manufactured evidence. It doesn't seem like they're interested in a fair trial. They simply want to receive what they now decide is rightfully theirs, as it was belonging to them initially. Since this is a bicontinental matter coming off of the mainland of Sylvandia and into Plantania, this could be a matter for Grandhaven courts, and as such, would result in perhaps it becoming an extremely high-profile case. This is, of course, up to you as to whether or not you would like to become involved in such things, but as it stands now, the statue is currently in the custody of Courtly Credit.
Okay, my first question is, since we don't have the how close are the Firebeards to us?
There's a bunch of them just hanging out, like loitering, like, I don't know, 20, 30 feet away.
Can we go to a private room to discuss?
Certainly, yeah. I mean, you can go back to York's apartment, you can leave this place, you can go out to dinner, or wherever you guys want to go.
The less people, the better.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go to Grandma's apartment.
Okay, you guys take a leisurely walk. The town seems to be much nicer in general. You can see Edgar's tugboat pulling in with Astrid. They both wave to you happily and run over and say, hey. You guys head over to the York's apartments, where you have a little bit of privacy. There. Now, what would you like to discuss?
So Mayor has to be the guild with the most amount of money in town. What guilds are there in town?
Currently, only the Firebeard Brigade is a technical guild, although they're really more of a pirate group. They don't, because the Firebeards were in charge. I believe they bent a lot of the laws so that they would still stay in favor without having to do too much bureaucracy. However, I will have you know that since you've been gone, I've already been drafting up and coming up with ideas for propaganda so we can reshape the town so the whole whoever has the most money thing doesn't matter. As it stands, we can still technically claim that because they have not, the Silvertons have not fully proven yet in court legally that the statue it does belong to them. It is in a nebulous state. You are the current owners of the statue, so therefore we could use that as proof that Mayor Ronnie's claim and the Sahula Guild's claim is enough to continue piloting the town in this transitory period with legalese. It's a bit of a fudge, but it's also technically correct. The best kind of correct. The other thing
I could kiss you.
Oh, well, please. I save that for your pig friend. But...
What?
Sorry, I might have spoken out of turn. I was embarrassed. What I mean is, now would be the perfect time to use the power of the council to rewrite the town's charter and turn the town into a true democracy, if that is your wish.
Sure.
It's not like the Silvertons are actually going to do anything useful with this place. They're just going to make it a more sophisticated Firebeard Jarek spawn.
Exactly. Although there may be some pushback by changing the town's charter either way. You know, now that the situation has changed, I can't say for certain, not being a student of world politics, how this changes things. Perhaps, with you all cleaning up Plantania, their interest in manipulating this state of turmoil with all the Godkin for their betterment is changing as well. But which do you think you're leaning towards? Do you want to fight them in court, or do you want to hand over the statue?
How much do you think it would cost us to fight it?
Depending on how much they're willing to spend, it might be as much as the statue is worth itself.
And they want it back pretty desperately, I imagine, right?
Yes, I'm sure there's some sort of sentimental value to it being, you know, albeit poorly, a representation of their late son. The only reason they probably said they didn't want it to begin with and sent out that missive was to try to keep Nautilus Bloodfrom from sailing up to Guildford and killing them all. They had no idea about the internal politics here, after all.
Do you think they'd be willing to settle? We give them the statue, they throw in like 10k or something like that?
It's altogether possible. However, you'll have to do so with a silver tongue, of course. A silver tongue for the Silvertons.
I don't want to settle. That's our statue. That thing is heavy. We dragged it all the way. We fought the Firebeards for it.
We buried it
rightfully
and
ours.
unburied it, yeah.
But hanging
I'm
on
not
to
gonna
it
let
has
some
been
rich
nothing
asshole
but a
just walk and be
hassle.
like, that's mine.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, I kind of see the value in moving on from Golden Odie.
It's truthfully, to me, it's been kind of a pain in the ass the entire time we've had to deal with it. Why not just, like, have our pockets be a little heavier for getting rid of it? Especially if
Yeah.
fighting it is going to cost us a lot more anyway.
Yeah, and we have the whole guild to finance anyway.
What if we try and
put so
play the
much time
field?
into it.
What do you mean?
We start the proceedings, make it feel like we're ready to go toe-to-toe with them. Yorkus starts the paperwork to fix the mayor clause, however you see fit. Then we can try and settle.
Or hear me out on this. We start the legal proceedings so we can get their address of residence on the paper, and we go burn down their house. Then they'll be too busy with that to try to do anything else.
Whoa,
I'm not
there.
hearing this. Plausible deniability. I'm not
Zero.
hearing this.
That wasn't even 0 to 100. That was 0 to 250, man.
I still think burning down the bank would solve so many of our issues.
We're not
I
burning
hear
down the bank.
you.
Banks are good.
The bank is what has everyone in this town is debt. The bank is not good.
No, it was the Firebeards. Banks are good, right, guys?
Then how are we still in debt?
Well, that's just because you bought too much things.
Because money here has no meaning. Because if everyone is in debt, then there's no positive. There's no actual money.
Hey, many people got completely out of debt because of what happened. I'm not the one who told you to buy things with credit.
Oh no, how dare we buy things like food and shelter?
And health potions as adventurers.
Yeah, and weird sewer pickles.
What?
What?
Look, the point is, money does have meaning. And I've cut you out of over $100,000 of, I'm sorry, 100,000 gold of debt. That has to be for something, right? All you spent money on is...
You cut us out of debt that shouldn't have existed in the first place.
Exactly, and most people in this world aren't so lucky. They just have to suck up their terrible debt.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that everywhere has a problem with money.
Yes, but perhaps some...
You're just telling us that you're the one good banker.
Well, I hate to think of it that way, but maybe you're right. But I have to imagine that there are people in Grandhaven that are even more noble and officious than I am. I mean, if there's not faith in our institutions, what do we have?
Better
Anarchy.
institutions.
What?
I have a new idea. We give the statue to the people of the city to get them out of debt, and then if they try to take it, then they look awful.
I don't hate that idea.
That's insanely clever. But,
Yeah.
so you're saying, oh my god, it's genius. Yes. As the first official act of the Sahula Guilds, you can use the statue as a present for the city of Jerixbun. It could also be used as a way of smoothing things over with the Firebeards. Yes, yes! He starts immediately writing stuff down aggressively. Yes, oh my god. Yes. And then we'll have a full town kitty in order to refurbish some of these old buildings and get the port back up to shape. We could have a grand opening. And then, if the Silvertons try to take it back, we'll have the entire city, as well as every pure-hearted person in the land, complaining. Oh my god. It would be a PR nightmare
burn
for
their
them.
house, I'll burn their reputation.
I have to stop underestimating you, Oz.
I'm going to pretend I didn't
You're
hear that
terrifying,
part.
little bird.
It's so clever, Oz. I can see why you became a wizard. All right. I'll set to work on this immediately. So, we'll make an official order, perhaps from Mayor Ronnie herself, that the statue will be a gift to the city for use with helping the people escape crippling debt and to refurbish the town to make it a port worthy of Guildford, equal or even the superior of Guildford or Grandhaven. Then it seems like we're a new... it could be a great opportunity to attract new ship trade, too. Especially now that the pirates and the threat of Nautilus are gone. And plus, with all of the problems happening up north, we could be the premier port on the island. It's crazy to think that we are actually, despite what can get through the embargo up north, probably the only
New
true
problems?
port now. Not new problems, ongoing problems. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the politics of the island outside of what you've dealt with personally. But there's a city up north.
Vaguely, everything sucks.
That's a good way of summarizing it, yes. But there's a city up north that is currently in the middle of a fierce embargo. It's known as Fortiga. The city is currently being held sort of hostage from its trade routes by a godkin known as the Bluster Bomber. He currently has a large arsenal of ships and is blocking any trade that is not permitted according to the current peace agreement. It's sort of a Cold War situation up there. So, although Fortiga is a very wealthy city in some ways, it is of course the poor who suffer in these conditions. The farming up there, well, I'm getting a bit in the weeds about this, but regardless, we could make Jerickspun a proper port that rivals what Owasara once was.
So we're gonna get on their shit list. Perfect.
Well, actually,
Or
this is a little bit
get them to get
complicated.
their shit together.
You see, Owasara is completely landlocked now. The river that once reached the bay in the Owasara slums has completely dried up. The prince blames the curse of the dragon that lives nearby, and is currently, I believe, launching efforts to try to destroy the dragon. But there are, of course, tons of conspiracy theories out there, so we don't know exactly why things have dried up. But right now, this is the best port on the southern side of the continent, with my mistake, with Fortiga being the normal port and the closest to Grand Haven. But because of the militia situation, yes, a lot of things pass through the Firebeards and through Jerickspun. Sorry, I feel as though I'm getting you all a bit confused with all my nonsense. The point is, Oz has come up with a lovely idea, and I think it could solve problems for a lot of people. My next question would be, since Ronnie has no real interest in being mayor, and you previously floated the idea of me being in charge once the guild was the ruling party, this new plan does cause some issues with that. Namely, if we're going to turn the town into a true democracy, that would mean that the council, as well as the mayor, would be chosen by the people. That would mean if you would like me to be in charge of the town, I would have to campaign for mayor on my own. Perhaps sometime in the future, as I'm sure there is some election fatigue here as well. But regardless, I think Oz's plan is so clever that it might actually help if I ever do decide to campaign. But if you are interested in moving forward on these, I can set forth the paperwork immediately. But that still raises the question. Well, the first thing is, you have a debt which will increase month to month by 20% for each month that goes unpaid. And you also have the matter of registering a guild with the city of Grand Haven to make it recognized across the continents, and that will be an additional 1,000 gold.
So 6,000 gold from us.
6,263 to settle the debt and register the guild. But you can register the guild first. And I was just thinking, if we're going to say that the money is going to pay off some of the debts of the townspeople, there's a chance that with Oz's plan we could get that number of your debt a bit down further by using the money in the statue as credit to pay off some of the debt. Let me run the numbers on that and see how much I could get this debt down based on what Oz is suggesting. Regardless, I think you should probably register the guild as quickly as possible so we can get you all a formal mailing address and allow you to base all of your operations out of Aurelia Manor from now on. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right, then. Then it'll be a payment to me of 1,000 gold.
If we do 200 each. Right?
200 each works.
Okay, so
A
each
little less sting in the
person
wallet.
subtract 200 gold. It's weird. I still see Ronnie lighting up, but I can't hear.
I know.
Ronnie subtract 200 gold from inventory for guild registration. And now you are officially the Sahula Guild. He gives away a little, like a temporary sealed document saying guild registration. You should be receiving, once your postal service is all set up and ready, you should be receiving a formal decree with a Grand Haven seal on it, which will be quite nice to hang in the offices. 2,000 silver. Inappropriate.
That's the correct amount.
I don't mind. It's fun to count coins. 1, 2, 3,
Who's
All
got
right,
the
keep-
copper?
Keep that for your private time.
4, 5. Okay. So you guys still have outstanding debt, which you can pay off now, or you can wait for Yorkus to find his loophole to see how much that's subtracted. He will warn you, it won't take it down perhaps too much, but after some coercing the numbers,
We're scot-free and we're rich again.
You love to see it.
he has
I
We have
knew
the
it.
whole month.
he says that he's able to get it down by approximately 2,000 gold. Now, the only difficulty with doing this is that there is a potential scandal in the fact that you are using it to pay off your own debts, but it also makes you a person of the people and solidifies you as residents as well, even though you don't have a formal residence here. We'll deal with that loophole later. But now the total is 3,263.
Or 652 gold and 6 silver.
Is
Per
that
person.
including Ronnie?
That's divided by 5, yeah.
Gotcha. All right, we'll decide how you want to do that, and let me know.
Wait, how much was it in person or per person?
I added it to our Sahula Guild chat. It's the newest screenshot.
Okay, starts counting out copper coins.
And it's the bottom number?
The bottom number is per person.
Okay, gotcha. I'll fork it over.
Yeah.
Like, math calculator time.
All right. Well, I will be sending. I'll be sure to forward any messages from the Silverton family to your new legal residence as well. If you'd like, I also recommend stopping by the post office if you'd like to pick up a Tequasil or any sort of housing for them. You won't necessarily need to do that, but it might be able to speed up your mail service a little bit to have a bird on hand. But other than that, let's see here. There are some things that you will need to solidify now that you have a guild. Specifically, who is on your payroll, and who performs what functions. I believe you've already talked amongst yourselves about this previously.
Yeah, I do remember a gentle, vague assigning of titles, but I don't remember them.
Let me see which chat that was in. Yes, it's in Sahula Guild chat. So we need the founder, and we need 10 employees. Master of Arms, a Master of Communication, Master of Intelligence. Where else? I know we had the Beastmaster.
Mm-hmm. Which is Kel.
Right.
Yes.
Ood.
I think it was Oz is the founder, Ronnie's Arms, I'm Communications, Finn is Intelligence, and
I
then
think that was
Beastmaster.
it. Yeah. Okay.
Dude, I have
And
so
then-
many. I have so many documents about Jarek Spawn. It's like impossible to find anything anymore.
Derek Spawn has a lot going on.
Really
Very
does.
busy.
If it would be in the Wrath of the Godkin section.
I would hope all of it's the Wrath of the Godkin section.
This is the Wrath of the Godkin section within Wrath of the Godkin, though.
Yeah, so we would need minimum 5 more. 8 potential.
It was
no,
wait,
Ali's gonna stay here, as is Chungo.
right.
So we have 6 potential. We have just enough.
Yeah.
And that's if we can
perfect.
convince Tuck and his girlfriend to move.
I feel like if we wanted to open up, like a little bar moment, they'd be good for
You
that.
really want. Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna want open mic night.
And I see why that's maybe a problem, but it's cool to have a protege, right?
Okay.
Oh
Everybody
my god.
starts somewhere.
Finally.
Did you find the wrath within the Godkin?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you've got Why? Yeah, you need to have. How many employees did I say you need to have? I want to make sure what my number matches
10
yours.
plus is what we have. We need minimum 10. That's what I have in our group chat notes.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that includes us. Otherwise,
Yeah, it
we're
does.
gonna have to hold audition.
Yeah. Or just, pick up a bunch of those pirate kids and put them on payroll.
First
Something about
idea.
child labor doesn't really seem right.
Yeah. Well, labor schmabor, they could clean out the vents.
Wow.
Just straight to
Yeah,
chimney
we're back
sweeping
in
and vent
like
duty.
we're back to 1920s London with this.
What? It makes perfect sense. They're small.
Okay, well, I can't find any of this stuff, so... Oh, everything I have in my notes says you need 8 people to do it.
Sure. I do remember eight being thrown in there, but what I don't remember is if that's on top of the 5 of us.
I mean,
Yeah,
we have
it
the B
is.
team.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I'm sorry, it includes the 5 of you.
Okay.
Okay.
By the way, Ree is in Discord chat.
What's she
Oh.
saying?
I don't necessarily want to say
Yes.
it on
No.
stream.
Sorry.
Okay,
All good.
cool.
I had just a call that I just needed to
Okay, gotcha.
unfortunately address. Apologies for disappearing with that word.
No worries.
No
Just glad
worries.
you're okay. And also currently upset that I
I've been
can't find my
kidnapped.
document. Yeah, I was worried. That's what I was worried. I'm like, are you trying to make like Morse code out of your microphone thing in Discord so I can should I be yeah. That's what I'm worried about. That's where
Blink
my head
twice.
goes. Yeah. Literally blinking. Okay, well, we're pretty much at the end of the session anyway. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before we wrap things up for now?
Oz just slams his 100 worth of weight of coin on the table to cover his part of the debt. Oz
Okay.
is now no longer overweight.
Ronnie, are you okay with the decisions we just made, by the way? I'm
Yes.
sure you okay.
Totally.
Okay, so remember to subtract that money from your group, or I'm sorry, your individual sheeps, and that's not good. Yeah, let's just call it for there. Okay, folks, we will now raid out.
That was a lot of fun.
Okay, we'll raid
Yeah,
out
what a great
Sierra.
time.
Stuff.
Everything feels so official now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got sort of like lost in the weeds there for a second. Oh, we got a bunch of follows. It's neat.
Nah,
Yeah.
you're good. Woo, yeah, we got a couple.
So stream will be back probably tomorrow or Sunday. I'm gonna try to go to the world record on bug at some point in the next couple days, and we will be back hopefully next week with everybody. We'll see. And for now, we're gonna go over to Sierra, see whatever crazy stuff she's doing, and that's it for me. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, rating out. Mhm. Dude, I'm so hungry.
Food good.
Valid.
Good news.